Okay, namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. My name is Greg Prescott from in5d.com. And today we're going to be joined by Alison Janes from psychicalley.net. And she'll be joining us here in a minute. So while people are filling in real quick here, I want to just point out that we're going to take a quick look at today's live Schumann resonance charts real quick. See what the Schumann resonance is doing, because we know that we got slammed here recently, and we'll be going to Allie here shortly. This is what we were looking at yesterday. We got this big slam right there, bam, and the resonance, the amplitude went up to 91 yesterday, so we got slammed. What was really interesting though was today. We can see this is what's going on right here. But today, Allie had a tarot class, and I've been having these headaches for a while. Apparently, a lot of people are also having these headaches, so I found that really interesting. I'm not seeing a lot going on right now, although there is an incoming CME that may be coming in and affecting our Schumann resonance, so we may get another blast on that. What we are seeing, though, we're seeing that continuation of at the 24 hertz marker of that Morse code, as well as at the 16 marker too. So we're still getting these layers of pulses that are coming in. Real quick, I also want to just remind you, because we are heavily shadow banned, I ask that you please consider joining us on Patreon. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night, we have our Insiders Club private chat that's held on the first Wednesday of every month. And you can get that at the 555 level. For $1.11, you get notified of videos like this. You also get your name listed on the Eternal Gratitude, the Wall of Eternal Gratitude on in5d and on Patreon. And then at 555, you get all that. Like I said, you get the Insiders Club private chat, which we have tomorrow night. That is not televised on YouTube. It's held privately, and what comes between us stays between us. I got some interesting topics that we're going to be talking about tomorrow night. Plus, you get ad-free articles as well. And then at 11:11, you get all that plus additional benefits, and it goes up from there. Like I said, we're getting heavily shadow banned. So if you could help support us on Patreon, it's greatly appreciated. That's patreon.com/in5d. I'll leave links below the video. Also, you can help support the channel through in5d Quantum Tie-Dye. Now, I did get something. This is new as of today. I was able to finally get that stamps.com plugin, which is good because it kind of definitely lowers the prices a little in the United States, and then outside of the United States, it depends on where you are. But yeah, we're still looking at it should be hopefully a little bit lower than the flat rate. So check that out as well on in5d.net. Got these awesome shirts. These I just made recently. These are the ice dye 7 chakra shirts, and then we also have the 7 chakras. We have the crown chakras, galaxy spirals, all sorts of different styles there. Check that out at in5d.net. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to bring on the beautiful, the lovely, the vivacious Alison Janes. Hi, Allie.
Hi.
So you're going to be doing the tarot card readings for all signs, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything today, or is there any patterns that you're noticing right now that's going on before we get started? And maybe we'll notice something at the end. Who knows?
What, from when I did the other readings, or just today? You're talking about
Earlier today, yeah.
Earlier today. Not a lot today. I didn't feel anything, but I haven't picked up my cards today. So
Okay.
I had family day today.
All right. Awesome. Well, it's always good to have family days. Yeah. Of course, you social distance yourself, I'm sure.
Of course.
Because we're good little conformists.
We are.
Yeah. Anyway.
What are you supposed to do when your granddaughter goes like that to you? And she's, it's very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
They don't understand.
No, they don't, and especially when they're so young. I agree. Yeah. So Allie's going to be covering all the signs, so make sure you check out your sun, moon, and rising. You probably already know your sun, whatever sign you're born under, that's your sun sign. But you also have a moon and a rising sign. So whatever your sun, moon, and rising is, you might want to check out your tarot horoscope for that as well. So without any further ado, Allie, I'm going to give you the floor. It's all yours, baby.
That's not nerve-wracking at all, is it?
There's only three people watching. Me, you, and your mom.
Really? Really?
No. You can't see the YouTube chat room. So, yeah,
okay.
All of our regulars are in the YouTube chat room. So hi.
Say that again.
Yes, there.
So that
all
again.
Of our regulars, all of our regulars are in the YouTube chat room. So.
Oh, hello everybody. Send me some love because I'm nervous.
You'll be fine. So what are you starting out with?
Aries.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm starting out with Aries. I'm going to say that the reason why we're doing it on here was because I did Aries. I did that as my weekly, my normal weekly one. And it was fine. Then when I did Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and I carried on, there was a high-pitched buzz in the background. It was just like, wasn't it? It was like a whirring. I didn't do anything different, but we decided that here would be better to do them on here. So.
You have a lot of fans on YouTube. I got to say that right now. Hi, Allie.
Really?
I love all your readings. Hi, Allie. Love to you, Allie. Yeah, you have a lot of people that just are extending love to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, could you thank them for me?
Yes, Allie. Well, you just did.
No, because it's just me and you see.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just you and me. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
And your mom.
Yeah. Better pull the top up, hadn't I? Because it's my mum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She'll remind you otherwise.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with Aries. Now, typical Aries. Aries people are very definitely sure about themselves. They know what's what. They have a feeling about most things. Sometimes that can be irritating to other people, but they have gained a lot of knowledge by listening and watching. They don't like to give away their talents. They feel that they've worked really hard. Not to say they never do, but they know their worth. They do, Aries. So that's your typical Arian. Okay, so I'm going to look into that now. I'd like to do 3 predictions for the week, and that will be a general prediction, it will be a love prediction, and a financial one. Okay, so we'll start off with the beginning of the week for Aries. Okay, just going to tune in. Okay, so starting off at the beginning of this week for Aries. Okay, so you have the Chariot card here at the beginning of the week. This indicates that you are going to be torn between right and wrong, which pathway to take, whether to listen to your heart, your head, or facts. There's a lot of confusion around you. Now that's actually goes against what your actual personality is, because usually you do know what you want, you know what you're doing. Okay, you've done your research, but I feel that something's going to throw you a little bit. Okay, the beginning of this week. I'm seeing a challenge around you. This challenge is linked with your ambitions, something that you want or you desire. I feel that you've already done really well with this, but there's an indication that you've got to go further with it. You've got to take it to the next level. Okay, something deep inside you is saying this. You have got the willpower. It is possible to do it, but you have got to, I think sometimes, when they say fake it till you make it, you're going to have to do a little bit of that. It's a bit like reassuring somebody that you can do what you're doing. Now, obviously, I know that everybody I don't know about everybody, but a lot of people are on lockdown. Okay, unless you're called a key worker. So that we have to then adapt the readings linking with that. Okay, so that could mean that you're trying to do something at home, you've got a project, or you've got an ambition that you've always wanted to do. It can be that you've decided to train in something else. I'm seeing a lot of that when I'm doing the readings, that a lot of people are changing their pathways, changing careers. You know, that's how they're feeling, you know, at this moment. It could change again when the lockdown is finished, but there's a strong energy of change. There is a character around you, Arians, who they do put a front on with things. They can be a little bit, you know, when they don't really show you the other side to them, because they're trying to hide that. But I feel that this person may need a little emotional connection with you. They may need you to understand them a little bit more. So see if you can kind of bring out that sensitive you to understand this particular character a bit better. Okay. Okay, so this is emotions, love, life and emotions for the beginning of the week. Right, so there's a tendency to think the worst, okay, at this time. It's a bit like, well, I think it's, you know, I've got a feeling it's not going to go right because it hasn't done before. You know, emotionally, I'm fed up. So it's like they're asking you to change the story plans, change that idea of, you know, that, you know, it's like think positively. I think that's what it's saying, because you've got this dark story card. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a dark story card. Can you see it okay when I do that? Yeah. Because it basically says, you know, whatever you're thinking about is going to become the truth. So if you don't want more bad stuff to happen, then you're needing to change that mindset, especially when it comes to your emotions or love life. And forgive yourself for the things that you feel that you haven't done, that you could have done better. There is no power in the past. There's only power in the now. So you might as well change, you know, switch your kind of emotions from feeling annoyed or reluctant to believe that things could be better, and choose to switch it to something else. Okay, it is in your power to do that. I know that seems very simplistic, but I believe in you. You can. To do with your finances, this is all the beginning of next week. Financially, lovely card. It basically indicates that things are coming to harvest. You know, you've got a good harvest coming. Everything is coming to fruition. So a lot of the things that you've worked hard for and that you've kind of sacrificed in the past, the reward is yours. So look out for times where your knowledge is going to give you actual rewards. You know, there's a lot of new opportunities coming your way. There may be a pregnancy announcement around as well. I'm hearing that. It doesn't have to be you, so don't panic. You know, so I just feel as if it's like everything's coming to fruition on a financial level. Okay, so that's the beginning of the week for Aries. By the middle of the week, I love it when these two cards come up, the sun and the moon together. So this basically indicates the light and the dark. It indicates, again, that you're trying to balance your own mental state. Like I said, you know, if you're used to being busy, Arians, or anybody really, if you're used to being busy and then all of a sudden everything slows down, and then you're being told to get creative and find something to do, you know, sort out your hobbies. Sometimes you're sick and tired of people telling you what to do, because it used to be the other way around. Maybe you had more of an important job before, And as things have kind of slowed down, there's other people that are taking charge and being a little bit more bossy to you. You're not going to like that change, okay? But I do feel there's a lot of nagging around you. Okay, but the sun is there, which indicates happiness. Okay, so it's not all bad. You have got the happiness. There's a lot of good things around you. You just need to see them. You need to kind of look at what you do have and not what you don't have. Linking to you emotionally, there is going to be a sense of somebody getting closer to you. This is going to be a natural feeling. It's linked with love, so it doesn't have to be love life. It can be family, friendships, acquaintances. But this new connected feeling is going to make you feel blessed. You know, it's like I'm going to count my blessings. So we start off in the week feeling fed up. By the middle of the week, you're feeling a lot better. You're still fighting with your thoughts, but it's not as bad as I felt it was in the beginning of the week. There is going to be a person close to you who will be kind of shouting out and saying, I need help. And I feel that this will be kind of like a general feeling of help. You know, when somebody says this all the time, it's like, you know, and it's like, do you go running to them, or do you kind of pick up the phone all the time that they say this? Or is there a sense of, you know, is it urgent or not? So, you know, when you just don't know whether or not it's you've got to kind of weigh it up, you know. And the trouble is the time that you say, oh, they don't really need me, is the time that they do. So yeah, it's a tricky situation, but I can definitely see somebody needing you more than usual. Okay. To do with your finances, the middle of the week, keep your plans close to you. Don't say too much to other people, because it indicates that there are kind of ears around that are trying to get information from you. Now, you've worked hard, like I said right in the beginning, you've worked really hard to get where you are, the knowledge that you have, the experience that you have, and you do know your worth. So the things that you say in a light-hearted way sometimes are of great significance to another person. But there's a particular thing that you have decided that you're going to do, and I feel this is on the financial or work or ambition level, that somebody else could either steal or take ideas from it, and maybe that would affect what your plan is. So just be a bit cagey maybe about your financial plans, especially the middle of this week. By the end of the week, the boredom's going to get to you a little bit, but I do see that there's something to do with your home, and you are starting to do something. It's like a project then starts to come up that you think needs doing, and you're going to throw yourself into that. And I feel that this is going to be the best thing for you, because you and boredom don't go very well together. I can see that emotionally there's somebody around you who's feeling quite restless as well. This can be obviously a family member, somebody on the end of a phone, doesn't have to be actually living with you. But at this point, it's like, if you're busy, something's making me laugh. You don't like big acts of emotions, okay? And this is going to be a big emotional outburst, which will then, you know, it's like, well, I wish I could come to your rescue, I wish I could help you, but I'm really busy with this project. So there's going to be a bit of an excuse going on as to why you can't deal with that. Now, I'm not sensing this is something serious. I feel that this person has dramas every hour usually. So I just feel as if you're throwing yourself into work. To do with your emotions, emotionally, you see, how you deal with things is not how other people deal with things. You're quite a self-sufficient person. You can give your own advice to yourself and take it on board. You don't tend to ask other people what they think. You're usually telling them what you think. So the problem with that is that your expectations of other people are high, and they can disappoint you. So I feel that there may be a chance to rewrite a story and maybe try and meet somebody halfway. Don't tend to think maybe about yourself, put yourself, put your own kind of feelings and your own expectations back a little bit, because I think that you're going to get through to this person a lot better if you can just meet them at their level. It will be a little bit better for you. To do with your finances, I think you're going to have a lot of strength. I feel that there's something big happening with your finances. I think it's going to be sorting out, doing what you need to do. I'm excited about a project that you're doing, okay, but I feel as if it's in the preparation stages, but there's a lot of busyness around. It wasn't the thing I was talking about in the beginning, which was to do with a home project. This is to do with work and finances. So I feel that right at the end of the week, you're going to see a new offer of job, or you've decided to do something within your business that you've only just thought about, or an opportunity has come up. So yeah, it's going to be quite busy at the end of that week. So that's Aries. Okay, so I'm gonna just put the cards back in order. So we're going on then to Taurus. Okay, so typical Taurus character. They are hard workers. They like to go at their own pace. They don't like to be rushed. They can sometimes be irritating to others if there's a job that needs to be done quickly. If you ask them if they've done it yet, they'll go slower and then end up going down the pub and giving up. So it's best to let them do their own thing. But the job will get done. Taurus they'll do it at their own pace and they will get it done. And there's a sort of person that kind of likes hard work. They're okay with it. They like to complete projects, but they also like to go home and have a drink down the pub, or go out with their mates, or it's like on a Monday or Tuesday they do this, on a Thursday they do that, and every Saturday they do this. So they like routine. So that's your typical Taurus. So we're going to go to what's going to happen around you now. Okay, so let's tune into your energy, Taurus. That's better. So Taurus. Now, doing tarot is easy when you're not on lockdown. When everybody or a lot of people are on lockdown, how difficult is it when a card comes up that says about vehicles, travel and moving? It is really tricky to kind of express that, linking to people. So you have got the 8. My 8 of Wands is to do with travel. It's to do with moving forward. It's to do with everything, going ahead, nothing stopping you, everything is good. The cards that have come up with it are not saying that it's going to be easy. So there's a little bit of contradiction here, because the 5 of Wands is saying that there's a battle. There's something that needs to be sorted out. So it's not going to be as easy as you first thought. There's links around finances, and there's 2 ways to go forward with a financial plan. So this can be a job, it can be a project, it's something that will kind of need money being spent on it. Now, in the past, there's been some decisions that have been not necessarily good decisions. Let's face it, they're all a learning curve. Anything that we do, even if we wish we hadn't done it, is still a learning curve. We've learned from it. But with this one, it's like, I don't want to go back and do the same thing as I've done before. I need to kind of look forward about the next phase. And regarding money, it's like, where do I spend this money? What do I do with this money now? So it's about being careful. There's a gamble situation in front of you that you're having to sort out the priorities and what you're going to do. It's linking around the, like I said, vehicles, travel, moving. Okay, so that could be, metaphorically speaking, moving forward. But there is a little bit of a battle there. So it's not an easy task. It's a bit like trying to maneuver through, I don't know, a minefield, if you like. It's like, how am I going to get through this without learning some more of those lessons that I didn't like? Yeah, so that's all they're saying about that. So that's the beginning of this week for Taurus. Okay, so here we've got somebody coming into your life who is like a breath of fresh air. Now, obviously, because we're in lockdown, maybe it's to do with internet online. So it could be you start talking to somebody, or you come across somebody who you think is very interesting. They're helping you with information. And I feel this is going to make your life feel a lot freer and a lot happier. You're gonna it's a bit like, why didn't I come across this page before? Why didn't I come across this situation before? I really like it. So there's kind of like a blessing, okay, in disguise here. But the I feel as if it might be linked with creating something or making something. There's a lot of kind of inspiration happening. I mean, the card actually says inspiration. But it's because of this one person who is able to help you in some way. Okay, so linked with your finances, you've got the secrecy card, and it feels as if you've got to be aware of things that other people haven't told you. It's a bit like, look behind the scenes, look at the situation. Why is somebody offering you this? Because we're going back to that kind of financial gamble situation. Why is someone offering you this? Why is it too good to be true? And you've got to be aware of other people's motives. That's all they're saying, is that double check things if you can. And if you can't, then I would steer away from it. And that's on a financial basis. Okay, beginning of the week. The middle of the week for Taurus. Well, love life is going to get a little bit spicy here. Now, if you're single, it will mean that you're getting passionate about something else, because we have to then turn it into a practical thing rather than a love thing. But I do feel that it's been where one person hasn't been balanced, and it then becomes that person becomes more interested in you, you become more interested in them. So like I say, this can be an emotional situation, it can be a friendship, family member. It was out of balance, and now it's back in balance. You weren't speaking, and now you are speaking. So it will feel much better. You know, you didn't realize how much you missed them. It's like a reconnection. Okay, yeah, the middle of this week. Yeah, it mirrors it here. Okay, with the joining card, is exactly what I was just picking up, which is, if you can see, it's like two people meeting halfway. So there's an equal respect going on there, which is much better than how it used to be. There is still a feeling of neediness. You know, when it's like, I refuse to ask for their help, but then you get to a point where you don't have a choice. It's like, you know, maybe that is what's brought you together, that you've had to ask for help, or you've had to communicate with them because of circumstances. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling emotionally there. Link into your finances. Finances, they're saying stay in control. Okay, Taurian, stay in control of your money, of your spending. Don't be tempted to get that shiny thing that looks really good, but you know it's not really practical. Okay, it just feels as if it's like you've got to be very much more disciplined, especially at this time. I feel that there's other things that need to be prioritized with the decisions over money. Okay, that's the middle of the week for Taurus. Taurus, end of week. End of week, a very funny character. I'm hearing somebody who's got a very distinctive laugh, infectious. This person is going to be around you. If it is you, then it's you that's kind of either throwing, it's like throwing a party or hearing the words celebrate, or let's celebrate, or let's raise a glass to. That can be anything from happy birthday to happy anniversary, something that is needs to be celebrated. And this obviously doesn't have to be you directly, but it's the words I'm hearing, and this character who makes everybody laugh. This person is very they're quick with humor. They're what I call you know, they've got clever humor, they've got the banter to go with it. They get away with things that other people wouldn't get away with, to do with their laughter. I feel that as this kind of party feeling is happening, I mean, this might be a virtual party, of course, there will be an idea that will brew from you and this person. If it's just you, then it will be you and another person. It just feels as if it's like, that's a brilliant idea. Let's do that. Let's go along with that. It could be the idea of having a virtual party, even. Okay, that could be the idea. There's also something about books, and I'm seeing somebody who likes to read books, very interested in books. I don't know why I'm seeing somebody in the spirit world who used to like books, or something to do with books. Now that may apply to some of you Taurians and not others. Okay, obviously. Okay, to do with your emotions at the end of this week. Feeling a bit tormented with your emotions, trying to please everybody, feeling as if you're piggy in the middle. If you say, if you support one person, the other person's upset, and vice versa. You feel as if everything's on your shoulders, and sometimes you feel that other people get away with murder and you don't. So you're feeling as if, you know when you're feeling sorry for yourself, and it's like when you take account about how you're behaving, you then start to think, I'm being really childish here, I'm throwing my toys out of a pram, and that's what a child does. So you're going to rein that in quite quickly. Okay, and that's linking around either a relationship, a friendship, an acquaintance. To do with finances, getting legal justice, getting what you deserve, getting that final balance that you need. Okay, it's like a result happening that you didn't think would come about. That could be linked with the celebration. It just feels as if it's like the justice is there. Happy days, congratulations, well done. Okay, so that's Taurus. Need drink. There's vodka in this, really. Okay, so we're going on to Gemini. So typical Gemini. Geminis get a lot of stick, and I feel for Geminis, because they are sometimes they can be their worst nightmare. They can, if they haven't made friends with their other side. Okay, now they're very similar in personality to Pisces. Pisces can be changeable. they've got two sides to them, one that they show the world and one that they kind of hide away. So this is why I'm saying very similar to Gemini. But the difference is that Gemini has two distinctive personalities, whereas Pisces, they've got a front where they're hiding their true emotions. Whereas Gemini, they've got to kind of understand that they may have a very lively personality, but when you actually get to know them, they're quite a recluse. It could be that they are the opposite way round. They might have a bit of a shadowy side to them, meaning that they act as if everything is squeaky clean and wonderful, but they've got this kind of bad kind of side that's a bit naughty, you know, a bit like Del Boy. So only fools and horses. Who knows? They've got to make friends with the both sides. They've got to understand that is who they are. Otherwise, as soon as they let their guard down, they might have a drink, they might, you know, relax or something. This other side comes out, and if they haven't made friends with it, then other people will see it and wonder, who is this other person? So that's your typical Gemini. So let's have a look and see what Geminis have got in store for this week. Right. Geminis. It's funny enough, you've actually got the card for your sign here. You've got the Queen of Swords. She is my Gemini. Okay, so you do have it's like something's going to be tested regarding the two sides of you. Okay, so you might be having to put on a brave face when actually you feel very angry with somebody, because I feel that I'm seeing the trapped anger or the trapped frustration. There's somebody who is either making you feel tearful or upset, or somebody close to you is feeling tearful and upset. This will make you feel quite defensive and ready for battle. But for some reason, you're not able to do that. You're having to keep this to yourself for whatever reason. There might be links with a child or a childlike person who is needing you to stand up for them. And yeah, something is not right, okay, around you at the beginning of this week, and there is a call for you to kind of stand up and tell them what you think, okay? But I feel for some reason you can't. So let's have a look emotionally. So emotionally, Geminis. Okay, make friends with yourself. What did I say about you need to make friends with your shadow self? So I'm going to show you the card. These cards are the Enlightenment deck by Chuck Spezzano. And he's a psychologist. Very, very interesting cards. So it's basically saying that you have to honor your side, but there's something missing deep inside you emotionally, which is making you feel, what is it that everybody wants from me? Do they want me to show this other side, or have I been told not to? And I think you're going to have to make a decision. Be true to yourself, I think, is the answer to that. You know, if you feel as if you've got to say your piece, then maybe you have to. Maybe there are sharp words that needs to be said, because if somebody isn't reined in when they're doing bad behavior, or they're treating you or somebody close to you disrespectfully, then sometimes you've got to stand up. So yeah, it's a tricky one, the beginning of the week, Gemini. Financially, you have got that psychic energy around you. You know, that everybody has psychic ability. Some people have learned to develop it. Some people don't want to. it's a natural thing. You kind of have to shut it off, and think more logically if you don't want it to come to the front of your mind. But there's definitely going to be an intuition about this, the beginning of this week, on how are you going to get through that situation. Okay, the middle of the week for Geminis, a little bit of boredom I'm seeing here. It's like I'm a bit fed up emotionally. There's a little bit of a dip. I feel that, you know, with a lot of people, that boredom and, you know, mental health don't go well together, because there's too much time to analyze and think. And there's a definite need to keep busy. See if you can find something to do, find a project, do something, start something. It's really important at this particular time, because you can either kind of carry on down the dip, or you can think to yourself, no, I don't like it down there. I've been down there before. And I don't want to go into my mental state. I want to get out of it. So yeah, I feel that, you know, enjoy certain things around your home, what you're needing to do, kind of get on with those jobs. It's a bit like making yourself become busy, making yourself do the things that you need to do. On a financial level, the Strength card, you have the strength to get through it. You have, I think it's up to you what you do, okay, with your future. You're being asked to question yourself. You're being asked to say, is this exactly what I want to be doing with my life? Is there another way forward? And I feel that, you know, when you're feeling powerless, that's not good for you, because, you know, your sign is an air sign. Air signs dissect everything. So what you're needing to do really is to take charge. Okay, take charge, sort it out. Don't stay in that energy, because it won't be very good for you. You have got a past life connection, a strong one, with a character very close to you at this time. I see a lot of control. I see a lot of people who are, it's like they want to, it's like a power control. They want to be in control and you want to be in control. And this kind of power struggle thing is all connected to a past life. This person and you need to be able to sort this out and balance this out. So that's going to be quite a strong lesson for you and this person from the past. Okay, that doesn't have to be, that can be a past life. That person might be, I don't know, son, daughter, brother, sister, best friend, lover. There's that connection that you have. If there's a power struggle going on, then one or the other of you have to learn that, to kind of back off, and that might be the tricky bit. Which one of you is that going to be? Okay, so the end of this week, you found yourself again. That feisty you is back, fighting fit, ready to go. You're going to have your say, whereas in the beginning of the week, I felt as if you were trying to keep quiet. You're going to be very outspoken. It's got to be said. You're going to say it. Links around your home, you're keeping really busy. It's like sheer determination to get where you want to go, to do what you want to do. It's all there. Linking to you financially, I'm going to give the same advice that I gave, I think it was Aries. Keep your ideas to yourself until they've learned to grow a little bit, until they've seeded, because sometimes it's like a new idea or a new strategy that you've got. You then say it out loud and somebody either belittles it, steals the idea, or changes it in some way that makes it then not feel like your own. So there's a strong feeling here of keep this maybe to yourself until the time's right, and you'll know when the time's right. Okay. So emotionally, emotionally, somebody close to you is going to be saying to you, they've got to let things go. They've got to let their emotions go. They can't carry on with how things are. And you're going to be saying to them, well, you've been hiding behind me for quite some time, so maybe it's time that you stepped up and actually said what you felt or do what you want. Okay, so these are quite tough words, and that's where I'm seeing this outspokenness. You know, at least it won't be stagnant. It definitely won't be stagnant. It will kind of be sorting out a few issues that have been not addressed properly in the past. And I feel that that's all connected to that past life situation again. Okay, so that's the Geminis. Okay, so what's next?
So just interestingly, as you were talking, Shy One mentioned on chat, you were talking about keeping your ideas to yourself, and Shy One said, that's already happened. I wish I kept my mouth shut with an idea.
Okay.
How about that?
That's interesting. What are other people saying? Are they connecting with it?
I'm sorry, I had myself on mute.
All right.
Yeah, people seem to be digging it. So yeah, there's a lot of people. So far, you've been nailing it, I would say. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. That one also said, Allie is so spot on with me right now. People are talking about that have had readings with you, that have enjoyed them, and yeah. So,
oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. And I've been posting your website up there in the chat room in case somebody wants to book a reading with you.
Thank you. I'm just going to take a little painkiller break.
Okay.
2 seconds.
As I mentioned, I'll be time stamping this. So what you can do is go to the more info section and just look for your sign and the timestamp, click on the timestamp, and you'll be brought directly to your sun, moon, and or rising. I'll also put a link to Allie's website in there if you want to book a reading. And there's a link on her website where you can find out what your sun, moon, and rising is as well. So if you want to check that out, be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising reports on this video and on all tarot card readings. For me, it's easy. I'm a triple Libra, so all I have to do is check out Libra. But you have Libra rising. Your rising changes every well, not yours, but the rising sign changes every 2 hours throughout the day. So you could be any one of the 12 signs.
I didn't know
birthday.
that.
Yeah. But you are Libra rising. That's one of the reasons why we get along so incredibly well and why you actually understand me.
Yeah. That makes sense, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Okay, so we're doing Cancerians now. A typical Cancerian, you basically describe a crab, really. They've got a tough outer shell. They are soft, really, inside. They just act tougher. And it's because they're such a sensitive person. That's why they have to be like that. It's self-motivation. Perseverance. Sorry, I'm in so much pain at the moment. I can't get my words out. I'll be right in a minute. Okay, they have got a hard shell. They've got a soft inside. They are very protective of the people around them, especially in their home life. They don't like confrontation. They tend to walk sideways around situations, and they have their kind of eye on target sometimes of what they want. They can be very patient, actually, Cancerians. They know when to come forward and when not to, but a lot of the time they just will stay on the sidelines of a situation or an argument until they feel right. Okay, so that's a typical Cancerian. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's happening in your life this week. So what are the dates this week? We haven't done the dates. So it would have been Monday the 4th, wouldn't it? That's the beginning of the week. Okay. Right. Cancer. So a lot of study or research at this moment for Cancerians. It's like you're having that inside look into a situation or a subject that you've always shown interest in, and that is shining really brightly for you at this time. The finances, I feel that you're going to be having a spend up. It's a bit like forking out for something that I feel is not a bad thing. It is, and in fact, something that will benefit you later on. So don't feel I'm talking about a bill. I think I'm talking about something that you are going to enjoy. I'm feeling a person around you at the beginning of the week who likes everything in its place. They are very careful, and everything has to be symmetrical. It's like pillows have to be lined up, and you know, everything is kind of, they will only buy 1 or 3 of something. Yeah, everything has to be just so. I'm just seeing this character close to you, and this could be a perfection energy regarding the study, maybe. Can be to do with that. So finances for Cancerian, the beginning of the week. Okay, so I see there are links with mischievousness. Okay, so because there are so many different obviously Cancerians out there, and I'm kind of doing a reading for so many, we can go from somebody being mischievous or naughty, experimenting in life in any way that they see fit, to a person who is being very bad, or somebody who's got bad stuff happening. Now, even if it is the bad stuff happening, then you need to change the kind of energy and don't think about it. Okay, so the more you think about something, the bigger it gets. So this to me feels as if you have the power to change a situation from becoming bigger than it is. Sorting out issues linked with your finances that need to be addressed now rather than later. So it's a bit like, you know, when you're kind of avoiding a phone call and you think, do you know what, I might as well just answer it and sort it out. This happened to me the other day. It was one of those things, you're looking at the phone and thinking, oh my goodness, have I got the strength to actually go through this conversation with this person? And when I actually picked up the phone and spoke, and like a lot of people, it was one of those that you think, I don't know where the next penny's coming in, that sort of thing. And the person at the other end of the phone offered me this fantastic deal that I thought was amazing. So sometimes it's better to go for it and really analyze what you want to come from the situation and take charge of it. And I think that's what they're saying about this in a financial sense. Okay, mischievously let out your inner child, if you like. Do something that you know is fun and happy. It could be that the thing that you're studying is something like, I don't know, musical instrument, and you buy yourself that musical instrument. You think, I shouldn't really because of this, this, and this. But your inner child says, but I want it, I want it, I want it. And it kept saying it over and over again, I want it. And in the end, you buy that thing for yourself, for your inner child, and you thoroughly enjoy it. Okay. But yes, it did cost them money, but it's not a bad thing. So yeah, I feel as if there's a mixture of that going on quite a lot on a financial level happening with Cancerians at the beginning of the week. So let's have a look at emotionally. So emotionally, you know, let out the other side to you. You know, be childish. Start doing things that make you laugh, and you know it's going to make other people laugh. I mean, some of the funny video clips that I'm seeing on Facebook and, you know, and Instagram, they're just very funny. You know, maybe this is going to be, you know, you doing something that is going to make everybody laugh. I just feel that it's not time to be sensible. On a financial level, it's time to kind of look at things, yes, but on the other hand, you know, don't take it too sensibly. Start enjoying yourself. It does indicate that there is somebody coming into your life who is definitely going to be helping you. I feel that this is on an emotional level, maybe even love life level. It's time, yeah, it's time. It's like I need somebody else to have a laugh with, somebody else to share my life with. This can be as simple as a friendship. It can be as big as a new love life. Okay. So financially, so Cancerians financially, you've got the Temperance card, which is all about trying to keep everybody balanced, trying to keep everybody in the right situation. Okay, it's like it's a bit like juggling plates, you know, when it's like, well, that plate's okay, that's okay, I can sort this out in a minute, because it's like, what do you give your attention to? And this is all about your finances, I feel. So be astute but not worried, I think, is the message. Okay. I am seeing that there is somebody in authority around you around the middle of this week. This person in authority is going to be, it's like they are going to be talking to you about a mixture of things. So I'm seeing links with your wishes. So it's like you are finding out from this person in authority if the wish that you want is going to be viable. Is it going to happen? With that conversation, I'm seeing a lot of kind of positives, but I'm seeing one that isn't going to be as great as you thought. Okay. And this just means that it might be a temporary setback, that you need to kind of be patient and wait until it starts to move things forward again. But I don't think that you should give up hope, okay, for this wish, because I do feel as if you're going to get some of it, but just not all of it. Okay, Cancerians, around the middle of this week. Like I said, get that balance of everything, okay, financially. Yeah, don't panic too much, but also don't stick your head in the sand either. Okay. Linked with you emotionally, the middle of the week. Yeah, this is just like it's playtime. It's like, let's take off the responsibilities and go and have some fun, which I picked up right in the beginning of this week for you Cancerians. You know, you can't stay sensible for too long. I can see that there is some sort of obstacle between you and another person, that the wall needs to be kind of crashed down. But if nobody wants to do that, or nobody's prepared to do that, then it's going to be stalemate still. And what can you do about that? If, you know, it can't just be one-sided. So there's a little bit of frustration around you, okay, at the middle of the week. Now, the end of the week, things are much, much better on an emotional level. I can see there's a celebration of love or intensity within a relationship. This can be happiness and vibrancy within a friendship, an acquaintance, good energy around that. I'm seeing you applying for something that you need to apply for, and then getting success from that. like you didn't expect to get that. You didn't expect to get the answer was yes. You didn't expect that. And then all of a sudden you do. And you feel that everything is clicking into place now. Like I said, you know, you got the middle of this week where there was a disappointment. But I feel that that is going to then be resolved by the end of the week. And everything is then flowing nicely forward. There's links around looking through some sort of paperwork to find information that you need. And it's a bit like having to do this in order to get what you want. So, you know, when you're having to find kind of, I don't know, bank statements, or you're having to find utility bill, and then you're having to find this. I'm seeing kind of lots of official things going on linked with this application. But then I'm seeing lots of smiles and laughter, and things are good. Also, I'm seeing somebody very funny around you, somebody who really does make you laugh exactly when they need to. This person tends to be in a really nice connection with you. They know you very well. This person, it's like you're totally in tune, okay, with this character. I don't know if they're your partner or if they're a friend or family member, but I do know that you need each other very much at this, especially at this time. Yeah. So somebody luring you out of your cage, it's like they're saying to you, you're not stuck, you're not trapped, you're not locked in, the door is open, why can't you come out and play? So I do feel that there is somebody who's trying to coax you out of your safety zone. They're going to be making you feel as if that's what you need, which is what you need, to be fair. But there's a little bit of kind of fear going on. You know, for all I know, that can be to do with this, the virus thing, but it could be something else as well. But, you know, there's a happiness. It's like having a walk in a park, or in the woods, or something like that. Even if it is social distancing, it's just something that you need, and that, you know, is going to make you feel so much better. There's definitely more money coming in than going out this time. You just need to look at the fine print, okay? You need to look at your income and outgoings, because I feel that there might be some things going on there that you didn't, it's like you kind of let go of, and you didn't cancel, or you don't need them anymore. So look out for that, because I feel that would be better. The star is to do with your hopes, dreams, and wishes, to do with your finances. So like I said, I feel that there is going to be some recognition, and from the application form, I'm seeing a yes from that, and then I'm seeing the celebration. So that is Cancerians.
Okay, so before the reading, you mentioned you were having some pain, so I put it out there on YouTube to send you some loving, healing energy. And we got responses from Pat S., Stephanie Allen, Debbie Hempeli, Paula Love, and myself all sent you loving, healing energy. And Desiree said, "Hey, Allie, when you get time to lay down and relax, message me and I will do a full body Reiki session just to help you out of love for you and Greg. Let me know if you would like that."
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, thank you. Aw, your family are just lovely. Your spirit family.
Our family.
Okay.
This is our family. You're my other half. So thank you. And thank you, everyone who sent loving, healing energy. Even if you didn't say, I know there's other people out there that have sent her. Even if you're watching this on the recorded version, this is something that goes on with Allie all the time. And all she does is give, give, give. And she doesn't ask anyone. She's not going to ask you to send her loving, healing energy, but I will for her. So, yeah.
Thank you. Don't make me cry.
Because I love you.
I love you too. I just want to meet you now. Flesh to flesh, I want to meet you.
Yes. Soon.
Yeah. Okay, so Leo. Okay, so let's have a look at Leos. A typical Leo. Leos can be very vibrant characters. They kind of like, they do like attention. They can be quite dramatic characters. They can be, they'd be on the stage, okay, if they could. They do get bored easily though, okay? So if it's not as vibrant as they want it to be in your company, then the chances are they're looking over your shoulder at something that's going on behind, and something funny that they want to get involved in over there. It's not anything to do with a personal thing to you. It's just that they like interesting situations. So that's your typical Leo. So let's have a look and see what's happening in the week for you. Okay. I still can't get over you guys being so kind. Thank you. Right, so there is you've got the same card here, linking, I can't remember which other one got this, where there was study and education, but I'm seeing this as well. I feel that there is something that needs to be energized. It's like, I don't know, okay, so I've got to say this, some of you Leos, I'm seeing looking at a family tree, looking at the history. I'm seeing history, I'm seeing research, I'm finding out things that I never thought possible. Okay, this doesn't feel like it is linked just for Leos. I feel that this is out there. It's none of those that information that comes through. I'm going to predict that there is going to be somebody who is well known, I'm seeing, will be very much in the limelight for finances. That they're going to have to pay back a lot of money. There's something to do with a lot of money. Something's gone wrong. They've either not done what they should have done, and I'm just seeing that there's been research, they've been looked into. This is definitely a celebrity energy, okay? Celebrity energy, or a politician or something like that. It's going to be, I'm seeing it like Skittles, and I feel that this is this week, days even. This person, it's like perfection energy around them. Everything has to be perfect, everything has to be, you know, just so. They're immaculate, okay? Is that energy. And yeah, I'm sorry, Leah, I'll get back to you in a minute, but that's kind of what I'm seeing on a kind of a bigger level, okay? So back to you, Leo. Leos, you're going to have a bit of a spend, okay, again, and I feel that's what I'm picking up. I think I picked that up just now with the, was it Cancerians or Geminis? But it's a spend up, and I'm seeing there's a need to have everything done right, okay? So I feel that there's going to be a lot of organizing around you, Leos. You're going to be, it's like you might be spending some money on things like furniture and things like that that you need to in order to get organized, because it's like everything is cluttered and everything isn't in the right place. So there's definitely a lot of, I'm seeing furniture being moved, I'm seeing organization, I'm also seeing the study and learning. You've taken on something that it could be as simple as learning something, you know, frivolous, to starting a university, open university degree, or whatever that would be. But there's definitely study around, and I'm definitely seeing reorganizing things in a good way. Okay. Financially for Leos, it's the beginning of the week still. Beginning of the week, there is going to be, you've got to kind of go with the flow a little bit more, Leos, here, especially when it comes to your financial life, because there's a transition time. It can be that you are going to feel out of pocket, but then it will then move on into a situation that's going to be beneficial to you. So it's like going from one stage to another stage, but there's a big smile at the end of it. And I feel that things are going to be better than you thought. You would have been kind of questioning, or you would have been either going through either an angry or a frustration stage before this, and then all of a sudden everything is better than you thought. So good news coming from kind of not necessarily bad news, but different changes financially. So emotionally for the beginning of this week for Leos, you know, we all have this kind of naughty angel and a good angel, okay, on each shoulder, telling us what to do all the time. And sometimes you have to let one out and come to play as well as the other, okay, and they have to take their turns. There can be times where both angels get exactly what they want. That's what we call a win-win situation. So emotionally, look out for those win-win situations, because they need to happen sooner rather than later. Otherwise, this naughty angel will come crashing out and cause havoc. So it's like we do have to honor both sides of us, and that naughty angel needs to be recognized too. It's a bit like letting your inner child run free, okay? Take them to the woods, let them run in the park, let them do all the things that they want to do. But you can keep reins on them. You can keep restrictions on them. But if you don't, and you hold them back, then you're going to get this explosion of personality coming out. Remember what you're like, Leos. You don't like boredom, and you can be very you know, theatrical. Okay, so there could be an outburst or two coming if you don't allow that to happen. You're going to be taking leadership of your heart, so don't be surprised if you don't tell the person that you really care about how you feel about them, what it is that you want, what your needs and your boundaries are. I just feel as if there's going to be a lot of open honesty going on within a relationship. Now, because some of you may be single, the relationship could be with a parent, it could be with a friend, it could be with a work colleague, okay? So we have to adapt the information, okay? That's the beginning of the week for Leos. The middle of the week. The middle of the week is the most sarcastic card in the deck. It's my Three of Swords, which says deal with it, okay? So whenever we keep saying, I'm going to do this, or I promise to do that, or yeah, I'll get on with it tomorrow. This is the kick up the jacksie that you need, because this card says, stop talking about it and do it. You're only annoying yourself when you keep going to bed at night thinking, I shouldn't have, I haven't done it yet. Oh God, I really wanted to do that today. And then disappointing yourself. So this is basically saying you're going to get to the heart of the matter and do it. Okay, so there's a hard worker I'm seeing, or hard work with you. I feel that it's plodding, steady, hardworking, kind of steady pace. I'm getting there in the end. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. That kind of feeling. I really see that you have been walking on eggshells around a certain person or a certain situation, and there's a kind of a light at the end of this tunnel, where you will then feel that you're sick of kind of treading on eggshells around everybody. You are going to deal with what you need to deal with. And this can be a verbal thing. This can be a job that you need to do. This can be, you know, getting organized, or there's definitely like a project, and it's like I'm getting annoyed. I'm annoying my own self now by not doing it. Okay, so emotionally, Leo's the middle of the week. Communication lines are good. Okay, I feel that this is a time for you to be speaking out and to be honest as well. I can see that you are not going to be sacrificing your own happiness anymore. You've done it before, you're not doing it again. I also feel that you're going to be saying to someone else that you don't want them to sacrifice themselves. I feel as if you're caring for somebody who they're too giving, they're too selfless, and this person needs to kind of have it's like get the balance back in their own life, because there's too much going on. It's like not being appreciated. So I feel that you're going to be telling that person what you feel. Okay, that's an important conversation. I love the Sun card, especially in these tarot Grand Lux. I mean, the Sun is just amazing. Egyptian energy. Yeah, so the Sun means that everything will be absolutely fine, you know, more than fine even. You know, addressing things that you need to address is the right way forward, and it couldn't be at a better time. Okay, that's the middle of the week for Leos. Okay, so the end of the week for Leos, juggling money around. I feel as if you're putting some money by, something to do with savings. This wouldn't be for bills. This would be for something nice like a holiday, a new car, something big. I feel that there will be, it's like I'm seeing that you've already done well to do with your ambitions, but you're going to go up a level. It's like I've done that, now I'm going to do this. So it does feel that that next level up may need you to put some money into it. This can be a project that you need to kind of, you know, if you're going to do well, you've got to invest a bit more money. And I'm seeing like a spiritual energy around this. So could it be a spiritual project that you want to do? Could it be that you're getting like a spiritual download, that this is your life path, that you're supposed to be doing whatever you're doing, that you're getting this leap, a feeling of leaping ahead and going forward when you didn't realize that you were going to. And then all of a sudden there's this feeling of I've got to. So sometimes we can be catapulted to do more than we're doing in pathways that we never first thought about, but then everything clicks into place and it feels right. Don't be surprised if there's not a lot of those kind of incidences happening in your life, Leos. The Hangman, it's everything that's upside down. There seems to be a weight. Everything is kind of in limbo. It's kind of just be patient, okay, regarding finances. They've got it sorted out, but you're going to have to learn those patient energies there. Okay, another past life connection I'm seeing with you, Leos. And this means that you're actually in a crossroads situation. Don't be surprised if there's not somebody around you who you feel really connected to. You're going to be feeling, why do I feel this strong energy between the two of us? It could be that it feels wrong, you know, that logically this should not happen, but what can you do? And I feel that, you know, the energy is, I'm not hurting anybody. You know, we're not hurting anybody. We're not hurting each other. But why do I feel this way of having to stand in a crossroads situation and then make decisions? but that, like I said, there's a strong psychic connection that you can't get away from. Okay, and that is linked, I feel, with childhood, maybe even past life connection. You know, I feel that you may have grown up together. I don't know. There's just something very strong going on with the two of you, and you're going to be connecting with this person. You might already know this person. This person might be somebody, you know, around you. It could even be, if it is somebody new, then this person's going to turn up and, I think, turn your life upside down a bit, or could potentially do that unless you're very strong-minded. Okay, so that's Leo's. Okay, let's get the cards back in order. Hope this is making sense to you guys. I'm going to have some more drink. Thank you, Desiree, for offering that for me. It's really nice.
People are digging the reading so far. Here's another comment that just popped up from Matthew Paul. Greg, Ellie is spot on. She's got an amazing, beautiful gift.
Oh,
you're
my
gonna have to go
guides, they're
through.
just, I honestly, I'm so gobsmacked with my guides, what they do.
You're just like me, because I don't give credit either. I like it was the galactic download for me that brought us all together on N5D, or it was my daughter being born. Yeah, it's always somebody else. It's never us.
No.
You're just like me, but you are gifted, and we all appreciate you. And I'm so proud of you. And I just sit here in awe watching you do what you do, and couldn't be any more
Feel the
proud.
same way when you're doing your work. We're all in our own way. Everybody is doing what they need to do. People that come onto your chat show and they're giving across their opinions, it's creating a debate in people's homes. People start talking about things that they would never talk about, you know, and it might be because they agree with the person or they don't agree with the person, but that's what it's all about. That's all part of enlightenment, isn't it?
Sure is.
So it's really important.
Sarah Randall just said also, it is really lovely and spot on for me so far as well. So just you'll have to go through and check out all the comments in here, because
I'd love to, yeah.
People love you, and I'm sure they can understand why I love you.
You're going to make everybody sick, you know that, don't you? We will make everybody sick.
I'm sorry. It's a bad thing.
We can't
How
help
horrible for me to say I love you. Yeah, shame on me. Continue.
Sort everybody else, we're happy. That's it.
Yes.
Most people are happy for us anyway, aren't they?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I love sharing you with the N5D, our N5D family, because you're just amazing, and you're just such a gift to everyone.
I don't know what to say when you say things like that, or anybody says things like that. What do you say? Well, yes, I am.
Good.
I don't feel like that.
That's good.
They are.
Yeah,
my
you are.
My team are good. We work well together.
Yeah. Thank you. You're kicking ass.
I'm going to tell everybody that I thought that Greg should pick a couple of cards each time that we did all these signs. That's what I think. I think people should write in and say that, yes, they think that's a good idea.
No, this is the Allie show. This is
not.
Yeah. Keep doing what you do.
Virgos. So, Virgos, this is for you. Okay, Virgos they're planners. They have an agenda of what they feel that they're going to do. that doesn't, you know, there is going to be different degrees of Virgos. You know, if there's a planner and somebody who does agendas, they could use that in a negative way, and you might have a negative person. But you can also have Virgos who think, what can I do for others with this information? How can I help somebody, okay, with what my gifts are? So like I said, you know, the different degrees of a Virgo, it depends on the person, doesn't it? But they would be good in sales. They'd be good. They are going to work better if they maybe get a fluctuation in a wage, because of the hard work that they do. They don't particularly work well if somebody if they get a flat wage, okay, because they're the ones that put more in and give more input and understand the goings on with their work, okay, because they've analysed it and sorted it out. So yeah, a Virgo is better in a sales team, or better in a wage difference, okay, or being self-employed, of course. Okay, so we'll have a look and see what's going on with Virgos. Turn my heat pad back on. Okay, beginning of the week for Virgos, I'm seeing confusion, which doesn't go with your sign at all, because usually you can see a way ahead. Oh, that card's just come flying out, which is the Hermit, which is about your home. So obviously this is saying that you are confused about your home situation. You're confused about, you know, being either on your own or needing to get wisdom from the situation that you're in. You're looking at the imbalances in life. You're seeing what's going on in the outer world. You are analysing what is happening, and it doesn't seem to be balancing out to you, okay? So I know that you are not the weighing scales, but Virgos do think ahead so far, and if it's not right, it's not right, and they're feeling very fed up with the situation. They do not understand what the logic is at this point. So the Two of Swords to me is where I'm just about to say something, but I'll keep it to myself for a bit longer. Okay, so there's going to be, it's a bit like they're brewing up for having a rant, or brewing up for saying something. The emotions here, having to let go of an emotional situation they can't do anything about. No matter how much they try, they're not able to please a certain person in their life, and they are at the point of telling them to sod off then. Sorry, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. It's a bit like you know, when you're trying to see it from their point of view, when you're trying to analyze what it is that they want, you're trying to think back at the situations in the past, you're seeing what needs to happen in the future, and you know, in order to get to that stage in the future, I've got to do this for this person, and I've got to, so that they're doing all of that, and they're thinking all the time. Then to have still rejection, or still somebody taking them for granted, they're not going to be putting up with that for much longer. So if you are around a Virgo, my suggestion is that you need to kind of meet them halfway, or meet even more so, okay, at the moment, because they're nearly at the end of their patience. Okay. Okay, so financially for them. Okay, financially things are good though. So like I said, I think this is more of a home situation or personal situation rather than it being outer, you know. So, you know, we've got the Sun card linking to your finances. I can see that you will have to have booked a holiday before too long, obviously from when you're outside of this lockdown. But it's definitely, it's like saying, I'm definitely going to book a ticket, I'm definitely going to do this, and that will make you feel better. It's like having something to work for, is a plan, okay? And you do like a plan. Okay, sometimes we need to let go of a situation and then make friends with the person that you were having so many difficulties with. The complications were there. So, you know, I am seeing them ready to give up. Then all of a sudden, I feel that there will be a breakthrough, okay, with these communication levels, because the person may feel that the Virgo is going to back off, or has been backing off. At that point, I'm seeing, let's just leave all the responsibilities to one side and let's just go and have some fun. Let's just talk and laugh and not talk about the problems. Let's not talk about the bills. Let's not talk about the kids. Let's talk about what we want to do with adventures in our future, where we want to go, talking about funny things that have happened in the past. Now, again, this can be a family member, friendship, or it can be a love interest. I definitely see also that there has been an element of putting up barriers, okay? And the barriers are there from the past. It's like regurgitating things that don't need to be regurgitated. Sometimes it's from a past relationship, childhood worries, if you know, issues from the past. It can be sometimes our own insecurities. It's like, mix all those together, that is a disaster waiting to happen in a new relationship, or even in an existing relationship. You know, this person cannot deal with all of that baggage. The relationship cannot hold that baggage, especially if they've got some of their own. It's too heavy. So you either take some of that off, put it in a box and file it away and say, you know, I'll deal with that as and when I need to in the future. If you ever do need to, if you file it away properly, you won't need to. You know, there's ways of dealing with all these pressures. No matter how big they are, you can still process these, and live a good life and have nice relationships. But I'm seeing that this is kind of tormenting and getting a bit overboard. Okay, now I might be talking to a fraction of those Virgos. I might be talking to a fraction of those, and for the other fraction, it could be just that you're feeling fed up and that you're needing to get this sorted out. You know, let's sit down and talk. You know, you might have a laugh and a joke. You know, have a drink or something, and then, you know, it's all sorted out. So, like I said, because I'm dealing with a group of people, it can be a small thing or it could be a larger thing. Okay, you just have to kind of take it on board, the information that I'm giving, and adapt it to you specifically. And this is kind of all next week. Okay, so this is I know some people are saying it's for now, but it will be from now onwards. The middle of this week for Virgos, there's definitely dissecting going on. There's a lot of analysing the spiritual world, what's happening with them, to do with their own psychic ability, looking at things of a financial nature, and there's something to do with finances and spiritual. So is somebody going to be progressing themselves on a spiritual level, but it does cost a bit of money? I definitely see something going on regarding, you know, I mean, does it have to be finances? No, it could be energy. You know, energy is the same as, it comes up the same way. Pentacle, you know, is energy or money. So if you spent a long time studying, that can be on YouTube. It can be free clips. It doesn't have to be a financial thing. It still would come up. Does that make sense? A financial basis. So I'm definitely seeing something linked with that, and your own spiritual pathway is opening up quite dramatically, I feel, around the middle of this week. You just want peace and tranquility, and that's what I see around you. So things have definitely quietened down from the beginning of the week through to the middle of the week, because we've got the true love card, which indicates, and sometimes you think, oh, what was we worried about? Let's put this into perspective. Life is too short to be worried about that. So I do feel as if, you've either put these emotions into boxes and filed them away, or you have dealt with them completely. Either way, it is better, much better and clearer future for you both. The Temperance is all about the balance, balance financially, getting what is needed, and balancing out the rest. The end of this week for Virgos, a sudden leap forward, linking to a project at home and breaking free of restrictions that you have felt that you're in. So I reckon there's going to be a change in the lockdown situation coming up, looking at these three cards at the end of this week. There's definitely something more than just it being personal to Virgos. I felt that was another kind of mention. Now, obviously, we're all in different areas of the world, aren't we? So who knows what this will mean to you, okay? But we've got the Fool card, which is leap forward. We've got the unshackling and a feeling of being free. And we've got the Hermit card, which is, as you know, home. Okay, and so you've got the Hermit, the Judgment, and the Fool together. So that would be, I think, something majorly big happening, I feel, that will affect, I think, Virgos as well. Financially, the end. But what can I say? The end, the beginning, big changes. So that's now 4 major arcana cards that you have had, Virgos, at the end of this week. Yeah. Being in tune with the spirit world, understanding the spirit world, understanding your connection to the spirit world, finding joy and happiness in life. I feel that you're feeling much lighter in your energy. It feels as if I want to celebrate, I want to party, I want to get together with people. So that's why, again, I'm seeing that there might be a break in this lockdown situation. I think, in whatever degree it is. I mean, for one country, it could be, it's definitely a step in the right direction to freedom, in whatever capacity that is for everybody. So yeah, that's what I see with Virgos. So I'm going to get the cards ready. So we're going to do, the next one is Libras. Right. So a typical Libra. Typical Libra is a Greg, basically. A typical Libra is somebody who weighs everything up, dissects things again, and then again, just to make sure. They think 5 steps ahead of themselves, ahead of the situation. They then make sure that it's not going to affect anybody else with the decision that they make, in the future, in the past, or the present. And then finally, they give you their decision. But it can be frustrating for the people around, but that they are going to have thought through everything to do with that decision. The chances are that you've just asked them if they want a cup of tea or coffee, though. they've gone through all of that. Okay, so anyway, that's taking the mickey really, but Librans are careful planners. They are careful. They don't want to upset anybody, and they don't want a situation getting out of hand. So that's what they're doing all the time, constantly. So that's Libra. Is that like you?
Yeah, we're always looking at different timelines. We want to make sure that we make the best decision for every timeline possible.
Yeah.
So most of the time we're like, I don't know. But
what are you asking me for?
I don't know. But you know, it's not, I don't know. We really do care, but it's like, I don't know. Right now, you know, what timeline is going to be affected the most? Truth.
Yes. The truth is the top one.
Yeah, you're Libra rising, so you've got Libra in you.
Yeah. Moving on to Librans. So the beginning of Libra is let's have a look. This week. Now this is the dilemma that Librans are going to have. So this is my card that says a financial gamble. Okay, so I'm gonna get you to look at the, I don't know how well you can see this, but if you have a look at all the pentacles in that barren land there, it basically indicates that you've tried things in the past financially and they haven't worked. Okay, so you've now got a chance with these two other pentacles to do something different. Okay, to take a gamble, to think to yourself, what shall I do now? I need to try something different in order to get moving forward. Okay, and that excitement about that, but the nerves at the same time. It's like an adrenaline feeling I'm getting when I look at that card for Librans. The Hangman, just to me, says that the time, it's like there's something to do with weight. Put things on hold until you've kind of thought it through and got it fine-tuned, okay? Because it's not at the stage of progressing forward yet. Whatever this plan is, however you're going to do what you're going to do, it's definitely linked with money, your time, or the energy that it takes, okay? There is a little bit of a worry around this, and a feeling of you know, when you're isolating, but you don't know whether to carry on isolating or whether to step out of that kind of isolation mode, and you're weighing that up as well as you are the finances. Okay, so I'm hoping that makes sense to Librans. So emotionally for Libra, this is all the beginning of the week. Okay, so to do with your emotions, you're meeting somebody halfway. You're feeling as though you have got as much to give as they have, obviously, and that can be love life, friendship, family member, acquaintance. But this kind of meeting of minds, meeting of emotions, financial meeting, something to do with that it's like there is a very good balance, okay, of these two characters. There is a need to look at who is more needy than others. What does everybody want from me? Is this going to be the right thing to do for everybody? So again, if you think about what I've just said about Librans and the dissecting everything, this is massive emotionally and financially for Librans, and how are they going to cope with that? That's the kind of thing. And then you've got the Hangman, which indicates everything's upside down as well. So yeah, pretty tricky. Okay, there. not in a bad way, just in a mental way. Okay, so you've got the Strength card, which says, what you're worried about, just do it. Basically, it's like, it's done. It's a done deal. You've already done the planning. You've already done the sorting out. Now's the time to do it. So, okay, the middle of this week. The middle of this week, lots of nagging, somebody nagging you, somebody trying to tell you what to do. My girls used to say, Mum, stop nagging at me. And I said, I'm not nagging, darling. I'm just reminding you. If you did it the first time, I wouldn't have to keep reminding you, would I? So it's somebody who keeps repeating the same thing over and over and over again. It's also looking at other people who keep talking about people that you love. So, you know, when it's kind of that gossip feeling and it's like, that's so unfair. I don't like you talking about that person because I like that person and it makes me uncomfortable. So I do feel as if we're all trying to get this in balance, okay? Everybody has to have a moan up. That's absolutely fine that people understand that. But there is some people who need to be reined in by picking holes in another person and bullying another person when there's absolutely no need. I mean, when is there actually a need for that anyway? Justice is just, if somebody has done very bad things, then yeah, let justice sort that out. But as regarding to bullying, a personal feeling of bullying, I feel this is going to be quite an issue around you in the middle of this week. It's going to drain you a little bit, but you won't be able to stand on the fence and not say something. I really feel that there's going to be a stepping up for you. It's around a person who is, they've got an immaturity about them, and I feel that there's something to do with finances and money, okay, around this. It's like what I want to say is their financial security and the money that is around them. There seems to be a conflict going on there. And this is where a gossip situation is coming in to play, okay, where somebody is judging another person. Yeah, you're not going to like that at all. So the Fool card to me, to do with finances, means that you're going to take a leap of faith, which goes with what we had in the beginning of this, the beginning of the week regarding that financial dilemma. When you've got this card, the Fool, it says you're doing it and it's going to be instant and quick. Okay, so you know, when you have made a decision, there's nothing stopping you. Does that make sense? It's like, you know, the road ahead is open and you've kind of got, you know, your foot on the accelerator. It's off, you know, because you've dissected everything. You don't need to think about it anymore. You're just going to do it. So that's what I'm seeing, the doing energy with you. The power struggle. Sometimes there's a power struggle linked with emotions, and there's somebody in the middle interfering, and whoever is interfering, we're going back to the gossip sort of thing. Be careful what you talk about with other people. As soon as you talk about a certain subject, you're giving somebody else an invitation to have their say about it. If you don't want people to comment, or you don't want people to interfere, then just, if somebody asks you, how is that? How is the situation? How is your partner? How is yours? It's like, everything's great. Yeah, thank you. There's nowhere for them to go. Absolutely nowhere. If you then give them details about your situation, what's happening then is you're saying, okay, give me your opinion then. You might not have asked for it, but you kind of have by having the conversation. So I feel if you want a peaceful life at this time, Librans, then you're going to have to learn those tactics, really. And it goes against your total honesty. But, you know, in one way or another, it is all fine. So, because you can think to yourself, well, it's unfolding the way it's supposed to. So that's not a lie, is it? So you want peace and tranquility. It's the middle of this week for Librans. So this is the end of the week for Librans. There's going to be an important meeting here. This meeting can be a virtual meeting. And again, I've got the cards that I think, how do I discuss that one? The Eight of Wands again is travel, moving, changes. Okay, it can be motorway travel on normal occasions. That's kind of what it can be. You know, where it stands now, it would have to be metaphorically speaking, I would say. She knows again. Yeah, but this meeting's important. I will say that it's not going to go to the way you want it to completely. So it's like a little bit of not a disappointment, but a frustration I'm seeing. I just want to turn over the next card. Okay, yeah. But the wheels will be turning. Okay, so linking with this meeting, it may not be as quick as you want it to be because there's something to do with emotions going on. But the wheels, the cogs in the wheels are turning. So keep going. And it will all fall into place. So it's a bit like if something's not quite ready and you're kind of standing back here, by the time you get to that stage, it will be ready. But I know that you kind of would have wanted to know for definite. Does that make sense? But it will all fit into place. It's a bit like Spirit have got your back. They're sorting it out for you. You know, they're making sure. Okay. The card says true love. I know it's a bit sickly. I'm sorry, everybody. This can be the love of the self. Okay, it can be that. It's that feeling that I am who I am. I'm a nice person. I know that I wouldn't hurt anybody. And it can be a love affair of yourself, of your own energy. You know, I mean, look, this is also the connection of the higher self with the spirit world. It's like, you know, your spiritual self is connecting. This lovely unionship here is, I think there's so much to it. It's bigger than you think. Okay. So if that is with yourself, if that is with a friendship, if that's with you know, a future partner, whatever that is, there's a higher energy going on emotionally for you Librans at the end of this week. Something that goes beyond what you realize. So there you go. Okay, so now I'm doing Scorpios. Talk amongst yourself just while I get a drink.
So earlier in the chat, Tamara Biddle said of us that we're the mom and dad of N5D.
Come and lay against my bosoms, people. Come and lay.
I'm first in line.
Come on then.
Oh, you're kicking ass. You're doing such a wonderful job, Allie. Once again, you know, all the comments I'm seeing are just spectacular. People are totally digging you, loving you. Yeah.
Good. Oh, I'm pleased it helps. I think I want it to help people. I want it to that gets them through. That's why I'm doing the teaching on a Tuesday and Wednesday, because it's helping. I'm thinking it's helping people. People are trying to open up their psychic ability. They've never done it before, ever. And they're trying it.
Speaking of which, you have a class coming up on Saturday, right?
Yeah. It's a Chakra and Crystals workshop. It's £10. I think it's $13 US. I think something like that.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, it's 11 till 5. And I'll be going through the chakras, how they become out of alignment, what they are, you know, emotions that connect with each chakra, and the crystal that can help. So yeah, I'm going through all of that on Saturday in Zoom.
So you said 11 to 5. Is that 11 to 5 UK time?
Mm.
Okay, so that would be 4 p.m. us. Would that be correct? No. What time would that be here? If that's 11 a.m.,
Yes,
no, that'd be like 6 a.m. here.
Yeah, I have got some Americans honestly coming.
Okay.
They're still booked in.
Yeah, that would be 6 a.m. to
Yeah,
like 11 a.m., something like that. US time, Eastern
yeah.
time. West Coast time, that would be like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mind you, that's my timing.
Right? Yeah, yeah, you would be awake for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to check that out, go to Alison's Facebook page or Psychic Alley on Facebook. You're almost at your maximum on friends that you can accept. So
Yeah, so it's got to go to Psychic Alley now, 1-to-1 on
yeah,
Facebook.
and you're starting to do a lot of your Facebook meetings on Psychic Alley 121 as well,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not doing them on Alison James anymore.
Right,
No.
right.
Yeah.
So make sure that you go there as well to find Allie.
Can I say to people who have requested a friend, I'm not being rude, I'm not accepting anymore because I've only got a few left. So if they go over to Psychic Alley, it will be much better for them as well. Yeah.
No, you can't say that.
Oh.
No, you can, of course you can say that. And I totally get it because, sometimes, you want to leave a few spaces open. There might be some new family member or something like that you want to add, or somebody that you've been trying to interview for forever that you need to contact and message or whatever. So I totally get that.
Yeah. I mean, I have been trying to go through the profiles that have been deleted, like you said, but that takes so much time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, Scorpios. Typical Scorpio, they don't like it when they feel as if you're getting to them. Okay, when you're asking too many questions, when they're feeling as if they want to be private, when they're busy, it's like they're probably going to snap at you or sting with the tail. They are romantic, or they can be very romantic, very intense. They like they like interesting people, but they like to do it on their terms. Okay, but they can be quite defensive at times, and that comes across as being a little bit chilly. Okay, they've got a chilly side to them sometimes, but when they love very, very deeply, and they can be very committed to their partners, very intense. Okay, a typical Scorpio. All right, so let's have a look, see what's going on in your life this week. Right, so reuniting with people from the past, people that you haven't seen for a long time. This can be friends, family members, people that don't live near you and they've lived quite far away. That can be, old acquaintances like school, from school or from old jobs, that sort of thing, all coming back into your life. And I feel that there's not just one. I feel that there's kind of multiple people here. There's also going to be links around either your mum or a mother figure, a motherly character, or somebody saying that they're pregnant. There's so many different meanings to the Empress. If that had lots of pentacles with it, I would say that is linked with a good harvest to do with money and work, but it actually is around love life. So I do feel that is a pregnancy announcement. There is I suppose there's going to be a lot of lockdown babies, I think, in 9 months' time. I think there's going to be a lot of that. Telly can be boring. So, yeah, there's a lot of kind of, it's like getting back together with people, reconnecting from a love life situation when things were difficult, that things are then in balance and better. It's just the combination of cards here are quite refreshingly lovely, I would say, emotionally for Scorpios. Okay, so emotionally, make sure you don't blow things out of proportion. Make sure you go right to the source before you decide to judge somebody, because it could be that you come unstuck, okay, at this time, because there are situations that have arisen that don't necessarily make sense or add up, but you don't make 2 and 2 mean 5 because you're just assessing it without knowing. So it's very important, this situation. Otherwise, I can see it kind of becoming into an eruption of some sort when people really aren't getting on well at all. When everything's getting on really well, to then, listen to hearsay or gossip would be the worst thing possible for you at this time, Scorpio. I feel that you need to write your own book, your happy ever after book. What is it that you want? Start to write your affirmations out. Start to kind of look into, maybe law of attraction or cosmic ordering. They're all the same thing. Prayers, cosmic ordering, law of attraction, they're all the same. And with the right energy, they've all got a lot of a lovely spiritual feeling with it as well. I can see there's a fairy tale ending if you want it to be. I'm seeing lots of love around you guys. I mean, you've got 2 lovers cards, okay, within this, okay? So that's all about connecting on a love life and an emotional level. So that's the beginning of the week for Scorpios. The middle of the week for Scorpios, black and white, looking at things in black and white. I'm seeing documents or forms, letters, important contracts, understanding the small print in situations. You're at the moment taking complete charge of your life, charge of what it is that you want. I'm definitely feeling going ahead with something that it's like you never thought was possible, and now it is. I feel that you've been walking sideways around a situation that has now, the door has been swung open and it's a clear view of what it is that you want. The feisty energy within you is, there's nothing stopping you really, Scorpios. I mean, it's all there for the taking, basically. So much excitement, okay, around that, okay, but you've got to be very disciplined about the goal that you're achieving. So this, to me, what I'm talking about is either an ambition, it's a financial situation, and it could even be a love life situation. It's like staying focused, don't back down. I'm going in the direction I want. I have this desire for, okay, but if you're anything like me, you can be very, very determined, but then I am Pisces, very, very determined, but then there's something shiny over there, and you get distracted. So you kind of need to finish a project. You start a project, finish it, okay? It will make you feel so much better and so much more in control than ever before. This is your time. This is the star. Your hopes, dreams, and wishes are all there for the taking financially. What are you waiting for? Don't hold back anymore. It's like you're nearly at the finish line of your wish. Don't give up now. Stay in control of your emotions as well. Don't let your emotions get out of hand. Like I said to you in the beginning of this week, don't blow things out of proportion, not when it's going really well for you. Understand what role that you're playing within each personality, each set of personalities you've got in your life. So to do with acquaintances, say for work, what is your role? Okay. But equally, what is your role at home, in your home life? What are your jobs? What are other people's jobs? Doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to feel as if, I'm fed up being put upon. If somebody is, say if you've got two people and you're both working or you're both busy with whatever projects you're doing, the other person, whoever finishes first, either cooks the dinner, the other person washes up. It's like the give and the take. Does that make sense? There has to be the balance. And I can see the balance being put into place and everything, being much better. Okay, so it's a bit like, where once it wasn't organized, it is now. Okay, that's for Scorpio's middle of the week. The end of the week for Scorpios, breaking free from feeling trapped. Isn't this the same as I've had before? The Judgment card again, which is unshackling yourself. Okay, finish of the boredom. Spirit have intervened. There's definitely some changes that are happening, and I feel this is to do with like a worldwide thing. Again, I'm picking up. It will also obviously affect Scorpios with the unshackling. I feel as if there's going to be a release somehow at the end of this week. The Hangman to do with finances. There is something that you want to do financially, but you just can't do it just yet. But this time should be a preparation time. Foundations need to be laid. If you've got a business idea, don't think, oh, I'll start it at the, when the lockdown finishes. Start getting known now. Start putting your message out there. This is what you can offer people. And it's like you can offer it as soon as the lockdown, so it's like you're already out there. It's like, they're just saying, don't wait. Be that person now, okay, that is known. Spread your knowledge. Spreading your knowledge on a free basis is not a waste of time. For a start, it helps quite a lot of people, and it also helps you to feel better and to fine-tune your genius, if you like, your gift. Emotionally, at the end of this week, Scorpios, you're learning to trust, you're learning to understand emotionally how things are. I feel that you've learned how not to take on too much in order to, that you don't then let other people down. People that rely on you, you've got responsibilities, but if they're kind of doing nothing and you're doing all the work, then there needs to be a little bit of a balance, and a delegation going on. And I feel that this is going to be the time for that, is the middle and the end of this week. That's how I'm seeing it. And trust will regain back. Once both people in a relationship, whatever that relationship is, have the respect and the balance, the relationship is just going to blossom. And, there is a win-win situation for everybody. So I don't see why more couples don't just do that. You're going to get a lot more from the relationship than arguing and getting everybody annoyed with each other. So yeah, I think the balance is coming in a lot of people's lives now. So that's Scorpios. I think you should pick a card for me now, Greg.
A card? A card?
Yeah.
Like an oracle card or a tarot card?
Both.
Well, okay. So we're going to use the, keep the same theme going here with Ciro, aka Cairo, Marchetti.
I think Cairo sounds better.
I
than
know,
Ciro.
but I just saw an interview on him, and they pronounce it Ciro, but whatever you want to call him, I totally love the artwork on these decks. This is a little different. Ellie's been using the Grand Lux, so this is the Tarot of Dreams. And you know what? I was on Etsy. Ciro Marchetti has these Cairo. I'm sorry, Ciro Cairo. Ciro, Ciro, Cairo, Ciro. Anyway, he has these cloths to lay on your table for a tarot, and they're just absolutely stunning. Using his artwork, yeah. Maybe at the end of the show, I'll do a screenshot of some of them, but this one doesn't. This one's the Nine of Cups is your.
I like.
So, what would you say that one card, doing a one card reading, what would you say that gives you? Of Cups. Nine of Cups.
Basically, it's the one before the 10, and the 10 is about feeling happiness and completion within yourself, either security within family or security within myself personally.
Mm-hmm.
The 9 is usually how you personally feel about yourself.
This guy's looking like he's feeling pretty good. He's got everything he really needs, right?
How I felt today, that's exactly how I felt today. You know, being around the family and being around my grandkids. Yeah.
You have everything you need. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. And this is one. This is from the John Holland Spirit Messages.
Yeah.
Which I love. And the card I drew for you is Just Ask. And this is important, especially when you're having issues with your back. You are way too proud to ask for help. And I'm in the same boat. I'm just like, we are so much alike. But this is about you. And you are having some issues with your back. Don't be afraid to ask people. Everybody here loves you and would love to help you. You know, if by nothing else, sending you energy, just ask. And this is what the card says itself. There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are your spiritual team, and all you have to do is ask for our help and guidance. We're also your spiritual team. You're part of the N5D family. Ask us.
I feel blessed. I truly do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It just gave me a little break as well. So we've got Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces left.
You've been working very hard today. And once again, selflessly asking for nothing. And, you know, it's
I love it. I do get something from it. I do. I get a feeling of joy and happiness and connecting with my spirit guides. That is not nothing. It's amazing.
But you're asking for nothing. You ask for nothing. You're not asking for anything. Yeah.
No.
Selflessly. I love that.
Okay. Right, so Sagittarius characters. A typical Sagittarius character is very blinkered sometimes with what it is that they want. And there's times that they don't, even if they think that it might not be what they want, they won't give up. Okay, they'll keep going. And sometimes they can get so engrossed in that, in what it is that their project is, or their task, or that they sometimes come across as being bossy, or being liking to be in control, sorting out things. They can be overly helpful, if there is such a thing, but they mean well. Okay, obviously the extremes of that is somebody who takes over, is controlling, doesn't give a damn about other people. That's the extremes of that, which all birth signs, we all have an extreme, or so yeah. So basically the essence is that they would be very good if you had a business and you wanted them to run your business. They'd be damn good at it. Okay, because they are an achiever, basically. Sagittarius, they have a lot of energy. So that's your typical Sagittarius. Okay, let's have a look what's happening in your life, Sagittarius people. What is the dates that I'm doing this from? It's the 4th of May 2022. Is it the 10th? I think it's the Sunday the 10th of May 2020, I think.
Yes.
I can't believe that this is the second time I'm doing these. I've already done these already, haven't I? It was just like a high-pitched buzz in the background, but what that was about, I don't know.
Once again, you giving your time and energy for
just
humanity.
didn't get it.
I know.
I didn't understand that. Okay, so Sagittarius, the beginning of the week. Oh, look, you've got the Love card, Sagittarius. Okay, so these cards have to portray every type of love there is. Now, that can be love within a family, love within a friendship, love within your pets, if you like. There is an energy of, it's like a peak within the love feeling. The 7 of Cups is, to me, feeling tormented by a situation that you can't do anything more about. You've got to make some decisions and choices. You've got to be prepared to stand by what it is that you are going to decide on. And this is linked with your love. It's linked with how you're feeling. There is a situation that you have to stand your ground. You're not backing down. You've made a decision. So there, that kind of, you do have a stubborn sense in you, and you get fired up about things. This to me is all about the passion that you feel for this particular loved one, or this situation is quite strong. Okay, so staying with your emotions, let's have a look at the emotional cards. Okay, so you have in the past sacrificed things before, and the reason why you do this is because you want to help other people. It feels as if spirit are touching my head at the moment. There's kind of gentle touches going on all over my head. That's lovely. Has anyone else felt that before? It's like, I call it kind of fairy, like fairies touching your hair. Yeah, so sacrifice what it is that you perhaps want for other people. So there are times that you are somebody's asked you to do something, somebody's kind of roped you in, if you like, to help organizing this or that, and you will then feel obliged to continue to do that, because you don't just give up and walk away. You will keep on and go for it. Now, that can sometimes mean that even though you might not want to do that certain thing anymore, that you sacrifice your own happiness sometimes to not let this person down. Other people sometimes don't have your standards. They don't do what you do. So this kind of, it's like bridging a gap between two people, between two situations. So I feel as if I'm talking about something that you have said you would do, that you have promised, that is important. And it's like you've got to decide, how much do you keep giving? What do you do? And the holding on feeling here is holding on to a situation or a person that either doesn't want you or you don't want them anymore, but you don't know how to let go. So there's a lot going on emotionally for you the beginning of this week, Sagittarius people. I feel I wouldn't want to be in that situation myself. Justice is coming to do with your finances, getting the money that you deserve, getting the justice, getting the recognition. So if you can just hang in there a little bit longer, the recognition is coming your way. Okay, so this is the middle of this week. The middle of this week, Sagittarius, new job, new money. It's like you've got finally reward for a hard work. This can be either promotion, extra responsibility within a job, something that you have started, like a new job or project. Just feeling, it's like it could be that your business is branching out. You've got extra stuff going on. I can see outspoken words. It's like you're needing to speak out, you're needing to voice your opinion or announce your intentions, something like that. But it's all to do with business idea, or a business idea that is going to take shape and move forward. I am seeing that there is a character around you who, you know, you've put a lot of faith in, but they can let you down, and this person can be very frustrating for you, especially at this particular time where you need them to say what you need, to continue doing what they said they're going to do. So a lot of kind of words that will be shared with this person to do with your emotions, somebody coming back into your life again. So what did we have before? Yeah, so this is somebody coming back into your life. I'm sensing that this is linked with a past life connection. It's very, very strong. Very similar to what I was saying, I think, for the, wasn't it Scorpios I just said about somebody from the past? So it could be that energy, okay? Again, what I said with Scorpio. So if you are listening to this, Sagittarius, I'll go back and listen to Scorpios, because it's going to be quite relevant to you, linking to past lives and intensities. The child, it's like I'm seeing this card, which indicates it's like a childlike energy of being given something like your favorite Christmas present ever, and this is in the shape of a person who is exactly right for you, is there to help you. It's like displaying opportunities, it's all of that. Okay, and look, you've got the World card, which is the best card in the deck, and it basically indicates that things have turned out better than you thought. Okay, so that's the middle of this week. That's good. By the end of this week, Sagittarius, these are, okay, I'm seeing moving boxes or changes or DIY, chaos, fluctuations in energy, what you're doing, okay, how much effort you're putting in. It's all to do with building of a business or building of a project. It is linked with home, or it's, no, they're going to stop me there. It's linked with your home. It's linked with the future, and I'm seeing kind of it's like good energy around, thinking positively. I think they're saying to you, you do need to keep focused. Don't let your guard down yet, because it's a bit like giving laxing on a project that was going really, really, really well, and it's just before you get to the finish line, you're kind of like easing off the pedal, and they're saying no, you've got to go forward, because there is just light at the end of this tunnel. It's just here, it's not far away. Linking financially, the strength, you see, you've got the strength to get what you want. Okay, this is time for you to show everybody the determination that you have and the ambition that you've got as well. Okay, to do with your finances, we've got an element of freedom, having to get the freedom that you want, okay, to do with your emotional or your relationship. So if anybody is holding you back emotionally, you're going to be breaking free and going to do exactly what you want to do, basically, because nobody should really hold another person back. It's unnatural. It's unnatural to stop yourself from doing the exciting things that make your heart sing. What is that about? It's the ultimate control, and I do feel that there's people out there that do have those controlled energies around them, and I do feel that you will be standing up and taking charge of that situation and saying, do you know what, I'm going to create my own world and my own rules, and this is the new rules, and this is how I'm going to be, because I feel that spirit are connecting with you and they're helping you. Look, I mean, that just says that I'm connecting with the source, I'm connecting with Mother Earth, I'm connecting with spirit, so I feel that your strength of character is going to kind of immerse, and you will be getting what it is that you deserve, what it is that you want, okay, out of life. And I think that's on a bigger scale, so it's not to do with a car or a home, or it's more to do with your the balance of life. That's what I'm seeing. So that's Sagittarius. So we've got Capricorns now. Just a quick drink.
So on YouTube, so many people have been sending you loving, healing energy. And CJ Lee is sending you Reiki energy. So so many people have been reaching out.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
That's what family does, right?
Yeah. I don't see that this is that big, though. I know that everybody is, but I'm just doing what I love to do. But I'm so grateful. Yeah. You can see I've got some chocolate here that is keeping me energized. Every now and again, it's another little bit of chocolate.
Yeah, and where Allie is at right now, it's 1:46 a.m. And it's only 8:46 p.m. here.
Is
So
it?
Ellie's in the future. She's already past Cinco de Mayo. She's on May 6th.
I'm running on American time anyway.
Yes, you are.
I was before I met you.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I did. That's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
I'd work until about 5, 6 a.m. and I'd get a few hours sleep, and then I'd be up and down the shop.
So when you finally come here to visit, you'll be leading normal hours.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Right. So Capricorns, a typical Capricorn, they've started at the bottom and worked their way up on a business level. They are not afraid of hard work because they've done it many times before, but they usually get to a stage in their life where they have either other people working for them, or that they are self-employed in some way. They might have kind of climbed to the top of their business, whatever that business is, even if it's someone else's. If they're left to their own devices and they can be creative, then they're happy. But if they wouldn't be able to work for a very strict employer, because the Capricorns, they would overtake them. Okay, there would be clashes of personalities, I feel, within that. Okay, because they are a born leader, but not in a pushy way. They're more in a knowledgeable, quiet, self-assured way. Okay, so that's your typical Capricorn. So we'll have a look and see what's going on with you guys this week. Right. Capricorn. Okay, starts off with a few words exchanged here regarding a new job, new money, money that is owed to you. It's around a character who's let you down. You're not going to be very impressed with them. You're going to be thinking to yourself, this is unfair and I'm going to get what it is that I deserve. So you're going to push forward. You know your rights, and you're just not going to back down. This person could get a little bit frustrated because they will start to feel like, I thought I could pull the wool over this person's eyes, or because this person's such a nice person, I didn't think that they would kind of mind me cheating them out of this, or letting them down over that. They're seeing a different side to you at this time, and why not? Why? You're in your rights, put it this way, and you're doing what you said that you would do, which is don't mess with me. You might think that I'm quite calm and I'm a very nice person, and I am, but as soon as you get me to a certain level of not trusting you, or you let me down, you're going to see the other side of me that not many people see. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's happening financially. So financially for you, okay, now things are definitely moving forward. Okay, there seems to be a big plan of action here. You've got to keep strong, go forward. It's like a project that needs constant nurturing in order for it to continue to blossom. So you can't take your foot off the pedal for very long, because something else will need doing, or it could go into a different direction that you don't want it to go into. But you're definitely weighing up the pros and the cons about the next level, and then when you've reached that next level, you'll be weighing the pros and cons up about the next level. But I definitely see this around a desire for better financial security. Okay, it just feels as if it's you're nearly there at the brink of being self-sufficient. Okay, you're nearly there. You've done a lot of work beforehand. Okay, you are linked with the spirit world quite well. That, you know, you may even be a medium, or you may be a channeler. They're kind of the same thing. But to me, I mean, if you see the card, you'll see what I mean. That means that you've got connections with the higher source there, the source of energy. I feel that there's definitely two people around you, yourself plus this other person, who connect on that higher spiritual vibration. You are going to be very shocked with yourself, because you might not have been interested in this sort of thing, and then all of a sudden you then try something, or, you know, you meditate, or you get information that then becomes true. Lots of things like that is going to be starting to happen to you, if not already. This says that you need to forgive yourself over matters that cannot be helped. You can't change certain things. You wouldn't deliberately go and hurt somebody emotionally, so why blame yourself for it? Sometimes we have to kind of say, you know, that was then and this is now. Let's leave the past in the past and move forward. The middle of this week for Capricorns. So again, I'm seeing decorating, I'm seeing DIY and changes at home. I feel that there's something maybe to do with a garden, or, you know, it just gave me garden, and I don't know if this garden centres, I don't know if garden centres are open or not, but it does indicate that there might be. There's sunshine and happiness around you and around, you know, this, your life at this time. The Hermit to me is about your home, and you've got kind of the DIY and changes. So this is why I'm seeing there might be some gardening happening, or some work done at home. That's kind of the combination of those three cards, looking ahead and planning. Okay, there's also going to be a summer holiday going to be sorted out and planned. Whether you're actually going to go or not is another matter, but I see that. To do with finances, everything seems to be balanced nicely. There's no problems there. Okay, so the middle of the week emotionally, you're needing to let go of someone or something. This can be a person who doesn't deserve you to be either worried or connected with them. It's like enough is enough. Okay, you're not going to manipulate me anymore. You're not going to argue around me anymore. It's a bit like they were causing you to feel empty inside, like a lost feeling. And this is, it's like unfair. Everything seems to be unfair, and it's all about me not having what I want. So that's me letting go of that. But this is one small area of your life, Capricorns, and it's the only one that caused you a lot of grief. And I feel that this is when you say enough. So there's definitely going to be a feeling of shedding midweek, okay, for Capricorns. The end of this week for Capricorns, setting those boundaries up and saying, this is acceptable behaviour and this is not. I won't be putting up with that anymore, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, because it basically indicates that you care about your own feelings, you care about your inner child, if you like, and you're not able to do. It's like your hands were tied to a certain degree. Before, I feel as if you couldn't put rules and regulations into either this relationship, whether that be a family member, a love life situation, a child. That some of these restrictions you couldn't put in, but now you can for some reason at the end of this week. The Ten of Cups also indicates a feeling of overflowing emotions, where things don't, things are as good as they need to be, okay, regarding you, that your emotions are overflowing, and things couldn't be any better, okay, to do with you personally and how you are in yourself. Even the boundary situation that you're now putting into place, saying, you know, this is okay, this is not okay, that's empowering you as well and making you feel so much better. There is a character close to you at this time who has got a bit of a sting in their tail. They can sometimes act in a certain way that you will feel it's like you know, you're asking them a question and they're being a little bit vague about answering. Now, this won't go down too well with you because you're a transparent person. You know, I've got nothing to hide. I'm telling you what it all is. Why are you avoiding these questions? I feel this is a new person that's come into your life. You're just not sure about them. Okay. Linking to you financially. Somebody in authority will be announcing something, saying something. I don't feel this is in a big scale like I've picked up before, but there will be something that affects you. So this would be a boss, somebody who controls money, something to do with investment, but there's definitely going to be conversations about money and the future and plans, okay, that will directly affect you. Emotionally, don't over analyze things too much, okay, things that have been said, because sometimes we're thrown into a fear mode before the situation isn't that big a situation for it to end up as big as it is. So, you know, be sensible and don't judge something without knowing what the whole situation is, especially at this time around the end of the week for Capricorns. There's somebody coming into your week that will be right at the end of this week, maybe even the beginning of the following week. And this person will be somebody of great value to you. This person's come into your life at exactly the right time, and you're going to be feeling very blessed to have that connection with them. Okay, so that is Capricorns. Is everybody all right?
You know, we've had a group of people that had been here basically throughout the whole reading. They're just hanging out. Yeah. Still 44 people here hanging out, watching, listening, having a great time. Yeah.
Wow.
It must be your magnetic charm.
Maybe. Or they're bored. They're in lockdown, aren't they?
Well, actually, after the first reading, you put them to sleep and they're all sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Just left it all on.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, we have an amazing family here, so, and we're so grateful that you're part of our family now.
Oh, I will say that most people, they're on my Facebook page. If they're having a bad day, they only have to ask me to pick them a card, and I will. And yeah, if there's people out there who are very low, I've started well, I haven't started it yet, but I'm starting kind of like a psychic counseling kind of meeting once a week, that if people are depressed or very, very low, please contact me and I'll tell you more about it, because people need to know they're not on their own.
And once again, that's how amazing you are. You just keep giving and giving and giving. You're so lovable.
So, Aquarius. Aquarius characters, typical Aquarius, very they're very different characters. They can be quite eccentric. They're people that look at life from a very different angle. they don't know. It's like they don't know how to think in a logical way, the same as some. Okay, they have got this quirkiness. They've got a witty sense of humor, very dry sometimes, kind of like one-liners. They like to banter. They like somebody who can take the banter that they give and give out that as well. So that's your typical Aquarius. Sometimes they don't take life as seriously as they should, and sometimes that can get a little bit tiresome from people who are around this particular character for long periods. Like if you're in a relationship with this person, it's like it's like you would want to kind of ground them and say, this is serious, be sensible. No, don't be sensible. Yeah, okay, so Aquarius, what's going on with you? Right. They don't do boredom well. I know that I could say that for most people. There is a strong feeling of getting more and more involved in their psychic ability. And I think that could come from being bored and thinking what else is out there. If a person is already spiritual, then it means that they want to get more spiritual, that they want to do something else. Okay. It's like learning another gift, trying something out they've never done before, you know, maybe enhancing their experiences by, you know, offering something free just so that they can get the experience. But that's kind of what I feel is going on with Aquarians at the beginning of this week. I feel that they don't mind being independent and being on their own, but they do like somebody to banter with. If they haven't got that, then they're feeling a little bit kind of imbalanced, really. Financially, the wheels are turning, which means, you know, things that are on the move, okay, for Aquarians. And I feel that if you're I'm talking about some of you, there's something to do with a house move, there's something to do with delays. Obviously we know things are delayed, but I feel that there has been a stop and a start and a stop and a start, okay, in that order. Okay, and for that person, or for these people, I will say that things will start to move forward again by the beginning of this week, and this will feel so much better. You know, you'll feel as if it's like a weight being lifted from your shoulders as this starts to happen, because it will feel as though this is the right time now. It wasn't the right time before, but this is now. Be secretive about plans. Make sure that you are not, don't give away your secrets, that sort of thing, or tell people too quickly about what it is that you're wanting to do or what you're going to do. Okay, to do with your emotions, the beginning of this week, Aquarius. Okay, yeah, make sure that you don't take on too much. You've got to go with a situation to a certain degree. Okay, you've got to take the responsibility, because I feel as some of this emotional responsibility is your responsibility, but there is somebody who keeps waving you on as you're carrying everything, and it's really that they should be helping out too. Now, if I show you the card, you can see it's like sometimes we do things out of guilt, okay, because we think that we should be you know, working hard, and in order to work hard, we get paid money, and or in order to go for this uphill struggle, somebody else is benefiting from that. And it's like, well, why can't you both take on a load, halve the load, and then both of you can sit back and have some time out? But I feel as if it's to do with delegation of responsibilities and workload, in the home, in the workplace, in families. And you're learning all about independence, and the balance of all of that. So there's a lot of family energy going on here, and getting what's right. Something to do with financially as well. There's something that isn't right financially, hasn't been right for a long time. That has been out of balance too, and that also will be addressed. The balance here, again, is going to kind of take a leap forward to do with these changes. It's linked around a home, and I feel that the boundaries are there. I'm setting in place. These are the new rules and restrictions. I'm saying about this, and I'm saying about that. This is okay, but this is not okay. And it's like a leap of faith is coming to you. I don't know who's setting the rules and regulations down, whether or not it is you or whether somebody else is doing it. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I know that these changes will be implemented here. The Hierophant is a spiritual teacher. So look out for signs to do with your work or your money situations. It's like things will suddenly come up. And an opportunity will be there that you didn't think that you would want or you wouldn't go for. And then all of a sudden, you then have to think about things, okay? And it's like take charge of this new opportunity. That's how I'm feeling. Yeah, it's like Spirit is showing you the way. To do with money, to do with work, to do with your responsibilities. Money is like this. Spirit is saying, you know, if you follow the signs, then all will be well. If you keep going forward and going forward and going forward, and it's an uphill struggle all the way, you have to understand that maybe the universe is saying, you know, this isn't a good idea. What are you doing this for? You know? So, yeah, I feel that you just need to kind of know that Spirit is looking after you. They are they are wanting the best for you, and look out for the signs that say no entry or enter at your own kind of imbalance. Okay. So if it's too much like hard work, then back off and try it again later, or try something else. I feel that you're blocking somebody out at the moment emotionally, that you're not ready for them to come back into your life. It could be they're on the naughty step and they shouldn't, and they should stay there. The person who is on the naughty step is feeling very much, it's like meaningless. It's like, what is my purpose? What is my job? What do you want from me? They're feeling very, very lost. So I think the communication needs to be better between you and that person. Okay, so this is Aquarius at the end of this week. Aquarius, I'm seeing a job here. It's self-employment. I can see you looking into things. I can see that you are going to be studying or researching. I feel that this is linking with something new that you've got going on. I do feel as if there's a lot of kind of positivity, and it's like, you know, when you can see clearly, you know what you're doing. The world has just opened up a chance for you to earn this money or to go for this kind of new business venture. It's like, it's quite an exciting feeling here. This is the end. I mean, look, financially, you know, you've got the Sun card. The Sun card to me is like, what are you waiting for? This is the right opportunity, the right time. There is no holding back really, unless you want to lose out on this opportunity. So you've got a character here who've got different belief systems. What they believe to be is right is not what you believe to be right, and vice versa. And you're trying to come to an understanding with that person so that they don't so that you don't upset them and they don't upset you. Now that's going to be a tricky one, because I feel that this person isn't meeting you halfway. You're trying very hard to understand them, but they're not doing this back. I can see you holding on to somebody from the past. I feel that this person needs to, it's like they need to let go as much as you. So I don't know why you both have got undone business, but you definitely have. And I feel that it's linked with this person who deliberately won't talk or won't understand you. You know, it's like they're not even trying to. And this holding on feeling, it could go on and on and on in the background, all the time that you're in a new relationship. This old relationship is still dragging on behind, and causing issues or problems, insecurities, misunderstandings, holding back, brick walls, all of those kind of cliche remarks are going to be very much in your life if you can't find a way of releasing that person, from either them holding on to you or you holding on to them. So that is Aquarius. I need to go to the little girl's room.
Okay. Okay. I've been mesmerized by your shiny, sparkly pendant.
It is, isn't it? Lots
Yes.
of people said that on the tarot one. They're like, I made this. I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you picking some cards now while we're in the break?
I could do that. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea. So are you guys enjoying this? I know I am. We're going to do a goddess guidance oracle card while Allie is off and about. And this is for everyone. Okay. Okay, this card is Siege, right? Quiet time. Shh. Quiet time. Actually, shh. That's the inside in 5D. We have the insiders chat going on tomorrow. Shh. That's for on Patreon. So join us there. But this one, Siege, S-I-G-E, quiet time, says take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Basically go within, right? And the message from Siege says, shh, dearest one, quiet your mind. Breathe and let go of words, worry, and plans. Go into that space of silence deep within you, that vortex of peace where the world doesn't enter. Now is the time to retreat in silence and spend time alone. I'll lovingly help you rejuvenate and recenter yourself. Don't try to make any decisions now. Just allow your mind to be at rest. You'll know soon enough when it's time to take action. But for now, quiet your mind and rest. So I can't thank Allie enough for doing what she does. She's amazing. And we're just all so proud to have her as part of our N5D family. I was mentioning this beforehand. I want to show you guys real quick. Well, first of all, check out Allie at Psychic Allie. That's all one word, Psychic Allie 121 on Facebook. Okay, so that's her page, and she just did a she does lots of videos there. She has them all posted here and tutorials and everything like that, so you can find those hit there. But this is what I was talking about earlier from Ciro Marchetti. He has a Etsy page, and so you can see these cloths, tarot deck cloths, and they're just stunning. Based on his artwork that he has, like look at the colors on this. And you could use this not only for tarot, but if you have an altar, imagine a cloth like that on your altar. And I get nothing out of this. I'm just promoting him because it's wonderful artwork. It's fantastic. And that's why Allie and I both love his tarot decks as well. So you might want to check that out. If you guys are interested, I could leave a link for this in the more info section as well. If you guys want to check out, if you're looking for like a really cool cloth for your altar or for your tarot card readings, check that out.
I want one.
You probably want more than one. They're all so beautiful. I could probably pick one out for you and you would love it. Because
How much are they?
$65.
Okay.
USD. Yeah.
How big are they? Do you know?
I think they're like 37 by 28 or something like that. 37 inches. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice.
That would fit on my altar. I have a little altar over there. So, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Right, I'm ready. I've got hair on my lipstick. Right.
All right. Last
one.
one.
We're on the last one, aren't we?
This is you, Pisces.
This is about Pisces, me. Okay. A typical Piscean. Scatty. Forgetful. They can be changeable with, they can be very adamant 1 minute, okay, and this is what I'm going to do, or this is not what I'm going to do. And then because other people are doing it, they can sometimes go with the flow and say, okay, then I will. It's usually because they want to please other people. They can put a mask on their emotions if they feel that they don't want other people to know what's going on in their life, or they don't want to worry anybody, that they kind of put a mask on. That's a kind of typical Piscean. But with the fish, they can swim in different directions, so they can be changeable with other people's energies, so you can usually blend well with others. That's typical Pisces. Right, let's see what's happening for this week. Okay, the beginning of this week. Okay, so we've got the celebration of love here. This is a feeling of togetherness. It's a feeling of being in either a friendship, or this is love life, or this is family, where everything seems to be really, really going well. The 10 of Cups indicates that you're happy within yourself as well. So having the 2 cards, it means that you not only have found the love in other people, but you've also found the love of self as well. You know, who am I? Do I like myself? Am I happy within my life? You know, it's all of those questions. And with those 2 cards, it's probably the better emotional connection that you're going to get. Okay, with those. So things are going very well. With the moon, it indicates psychic ability as well. So you know, it means that, you know, on a spiritual level as well, that things are great. I want to just stop there because it's marvelous. I don't want to go anymore. So anyway, that's Pisces, beginning of the week. So financially for Pisces, beginning of this week is you've got the Lovers card linking to finances. Okay, so it can be to do with partnerships, things like that that involve money and family, or money and a partner, or money and a loved one in some way. There's going to be a connection there going on in your finances at the beginning of the week. Linking to you emotionally. Emotionally, look out for people who are in need of you, because it can be that you are wanting to help them, but they're not making it easy for you to connect. So what else can you do? It's like a feeling of, you know, I don't know what else you want. It can also be, Pisces, that you are freezing everybody out of your life, and not accepting help from others as well. So like I said, this could be either way or both. Linked with emotions, that you want a peaceful life. You want the peace, the tranquility that goes with being in that blissful state of happiness. You want all of the peace. Okay, that's the beginning of the week for Pisces. The middle of the week, there seems to be a bit of a, it's not a battle, it's more of a one that you bring on yourself, and it's with the energy of, come on then, bring it on, I'm ready for you. I'm not going to back down. I feel as if it's like I'm ready for whatever life brings my way. I'm going to get what I want. It's not naturally a Piscean's energy, because they're more laid back. You've got the Seven of Wands, which is kind of a fiery feeling of sheer determination. Now, this might be linked with a doctor, solicitor, bank manager, estate agent. This can be to do with a job, to do with money anyway. So it's obviously a meeting that's coming up of great significance, and it's linking to getting the best from it, okay, and willing to push forward with it. I can see a situation where there's somebody with a sting in their tail who is either pushing you away, or you're being a little bit scratchy with somebody else. It could be because they're asking you questions you don't want to answer, or this can be somebody else. You're asking them and they're being a little bit, it's kind of like, you know, stop, their energy is stop prying into my life, stop looking into things. I don't want to be, I don't want to reveal this. So put that together with the meeting. It could be where somebody is asking the Piscean too many questions. The Pisces is not happy with all the questioning. It can be to do with, you know, what has it got to do with you energy, which I know that we can all feel sometimes, but that would fit well with this particular situation. Financially, endings, beginnings. There is a it's like I wanted to say transmutation, but transformation. It's a transformation between one way of life and another. The energies of change is so out there that you are going to be completely it's like shocked by the change, okay, and that sort of financial basis, and it's a good card. So the middle of this week, emotionally. Sometimes there has been a case of, it's like, I can't see me getting from here to there. I can't see that I'm going to ever. It's like, you know, when you want something very much, and because you can't have it, you're looking at it with distaste, as if to say, oh, well, I didn't want it anyway, or why do I bother? I'm not. So there's a lot of negative energy catchy going on emotionally the middle of this week for Pisces. And there is, it's like they're trying not to be needy, trying not to ask for help. But I can't get over this card. I'm not making it up. I'm telling you, that's what the card is. So yeah, so instead of asking for help, there seems to be a feeling of I can't do it, throwing toys out a pram because they can't do it. Okay, so then the end of this week for Pisces, again, another transformation card, okay, in the other deck, and this is endings and beginnings. When I did your cards in the lesson, Greg, you had the same card. You had that, the death. Is that the right way out? And I've got it again here. So there's obviously something going on. So, but with it comes a personal feeling of celebration, of achievement. I can't believe I've done it. There's a feeling here of new beginnings, where you can't believe what's happening around here. Somebody of great significance and importance have come along into your life that has transformed what you are doing, and this feeling of joy and happiness to do with your ambitions is there. You have got the strength to succeed, to get exactly what you want, because you have courage and strength to get you through. Okay, and that's on a financial basis. Emotionally, meeting somebody halfway emotionally, discussing things and getting things out in the open wherever possible. The communication lines are really good. Things that are working out the way that you have planned it or the way that you want it. Okay, so the communication is good, and the joining of two people with equal amounts to give each other. Okay, and that it seems to be working out very balanced and very well. So I've done it.
Wow.
I honestly didn't know if I was going to be able to do all of it or whether I would have to do it in 2 bits.
Right. We talked about that earlier, and I didn't want to say anything.
I didn't know, but I did it, so it's good.
It was more than good. It was fantastic. It was outstanding. People totally dug it. You should have saw the comments just for your last one on Pisces. CJ, this is so me. Up 3, me 3, or I'm sorry, Tamara Biddle, me too. Up 3 said, me 3. You know? Totally digging it. Yeah. So people, yay. It's fantastic. You know, what you're doing for everyone is just such a wonderful service. And I can't thank you enough.
People can get down easily with this lockdown, and I think we should all do whatever we can.
One of the many things I love about your readings is that it's kind of like when you watch David Icke, he'll get to the meat and potatoes, right? And then he always finishes up with something spiritual. Your readings, you won't let it go. If there's something that's like kind of iffy, you keep going till there's something positive, positive finish. I love that.
That's how I teach as well.
Yeah.
When I do, when I teach people tarot, I always say that you shouldn't leave it on that ever. No. So
it's always uplifting, and plus, like I said, you know, what makes you truly, stand out from many other readers is your psychic ability, that intuition you get. Sometimes you see and feel things that other people don't necessarily see or feel, and they're incorporated into your reading. So all throughout, I've been putting links to your website in the chat over there.
Thank you.
I'm one of your biggest fans. I think your mother might beg to differ, but
Vice versa.
yeah. So make sure that you check out Allie. I'm going to do a quick screen share here once more on her Facebook page. And be sure to like that page. It's called Psychic Alley 121. And that's one word, Psychic ALLY 121. And right now, I think she has like 204 people like this, 228 people follow. Let's get that up to 1,000. So jump on there. And yeah, she gives away free tarot card readings and stuff on there. Just like little mini readings and tarot lessons, and you'll just have such a great time just visiting her page and following Allie. So highly recommend that. So definitely check that out. Allie, I can't thank you enough for all you've done.
But I don't do it for people to do that though. I don't. That's not why I'm doing it.
I know. You just
I'm not
do
saying
it.
I'm not grateful, because that.
Oh, Allie, you couldn't be any more lovable. I'm telling you. So thanks for doing that. We're going to be doing this again next week. We'll probably do it earlier though. Instead of it won't be on a Tuesday. It might be on a Sunday or a Saturday or something. We'll do it early though.
Well, I do Sunday. I can do it Sunday nights because we do the mediumship demonstrations on a Sunday, and I could do it after that.
Okay, sounds perfect. So you guys, if you're looking to tune in for next week's reading, next Sunday night, what time? I don't know. Just stay tuned.
It might be the same. It might be 11 here.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, just stay tuned to N5D and or Psychic Alley, and we'll let you know. So is there anything else you would like to add, or?
No, just don't stay down emotionally. Connect with people. If I can't help, I'll find someone who can, and if Greg can't help, we'll do the same.
Mm-hmm. I want to thank also everyone for sending Allie energy and Reiki.
Definitely.
And you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
This is why we have.
Because I didn't know I could do all that, and they did help me, I swear. Yeah.
This is why we're bringing Star Family together right here, right now. And this is why we do what we do for people we love. So thank you from my heart to yours.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's love.
Yeah, it sure is. So speaking which, we're going to sign off at this point. I'm Greg from N5D, sending you all infinite love and light on behalf of Alison James and myself. We love you. See you the next time. Namaste.
Bye. Bye.